On August 15th, the Roswell Hornets traveled to Johns Creek to take on the Gladiators in a preseason scrimmage. And after an impressive performance by James Whitaker, Shane Slade, and the rest of that Hornet defense, the Roswell Hornets destroyed the Johns Creek Gladiators. And after an impressive showing last week in Lowndes County, the Roswell Hornets take on the Centennial Knights. It's the Roswell Hornets versus the Centennial Knights. First home game of the season. Next.
Welcome you to the 2014 high school football season. I'm David Berger. Alongside me is Adam Berzal, and we're live here again, ladies and gentlemen, from the Hornets' Nest at Ray Manus Stadium. Tonight is a big night for the Hornets as rival Centennial comes into town all the way across from Holcomb Bridge into our side of town across from 400. Adam, we got a great game tonight. What are the keys of the game for a Roswell victory to bounce back from Lowndes last week?
Well, it's really simple, and it all starts with James Whitaker. Okay, he's the senior captain this year. He's the quarterback. He needs to have a bounce-back game after Lowndes County, and I know he's going to do it. Okay, he's a great football player. Another big thing that Roswell had was the penalties. We had over 150 yards worth of penalties. We need to cut back on those because those are drive killers. One more thing, special teams. We had a couple special teams opportunities that we needed to cash in on, maybe turn that game around. We fixed them in practice. We're going to fix them tonight, and this is a new season. It's the start of something new, and I know our boys are going to go chase one of these later.
That's a state championship ring he's pointing at there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ready for this game. I know Adam's ready. Alex is ready on the sideline. Let's get this underway.
It's so nice of you to notice my state championship ring. I'm not trying to gloat or anything.
I was about to say, Adam, tonight we got a lot of special events going on. One of them was the honoring of the 2014 state lacrosse champions, which you were a part of in the spring this past year in your junior year.
I'll tell you what, there is nothing more memorable than you and your teammates going out and winning a state championship. And I know that our boys in black tonight, not in green tonight, in black tonight, can win a state championship and bring it home to Roswell. They are good this year. They are well coached and they're well disciplined, and I've got confidence in them.
Yeah, Adam, as I mentioned earlier, we got a lot going on tonight. Tonight is a celebration of Youth Night, where the local youth teams come out and support the Roswell Hornets, as well as all the local elementary and middle schools. Now, with it being Youth Night as the first kickoff game, we have other special nights throughout the season, which we'll be talking about later on. But tonight is a good focus of the youth on the team, the youth in the city, and you know, I'm ready to see what the young talent that Roswell has, especially for the junior class, can bring to this, also led by the senior class.
We have a lot of strong juniors this year. We even have some strong sophomores as well. But, you know, the junior class, led by Cameron Whiteman, Trey Lamar, they are really the key pivotal part in Roswell's success, because not only does it fall on the seniors, it also falls on the juniors as well. They have a very important role in this game and to make sure that Roswell has success.
Well, Centennial won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so Roswell will receive the ball to start this game. You're going to have Sheldon Evans and Kendrick Jackson deep to return the kick. Both running backs, both very powerful backs coming out of the backfield.
Very powerful. Shane's got that very elusive speed, and Sheldon has got the strength to go along with him.
The flowers up in the air, and we are underway with the 2014 season. Machine takes a cut at the 40. He's at the 45, the 50. He's going away. He's dead away in traffic. No one's going to catch him. Machine Slade, opening kickoff, touchdown for the Hornets, and we swing. That is 6-0.
That is how you start off a football game right there, ladies and gentlemen. What a return by Machine. What a job of blocking by the big boys up front. Wow.
He did a little two-step and then shot right through the gap.
Oh my gosh, what a run. Bench is so excited. We're going to see this one more time for Machine. I mean, just, wow. Not the best kickoff from the Centennial kicker. As you can see, Machine fields it at about the 10. Takes his time, gets those 2 great blocks from Sheldon, and just takes off. Kicker's got no chance. He can't catch Machine. Machine's too fast for him. Amazing. What a play. Touchdown, Roswell. Great start.
Extra point is up and good. Roswell takes a 7-0 lead very early in this game. 11:49 left to play in the first quarter. Coach Ford wanted a big start, and Machine Slade delivering the 1-2 punch down the field for the kickoff return.
What? I can't get over that. Just wow. You know, that kind of brings me back, and it's kind of bringing up a sour taste in our mouth, David. But the first home game of the season last year when we played Lambert, they returned the opening kickoff. They ended up winning that game. Have the tides changed a little bit towards Roswell's favor?
Well, I'll tell you this. Roswell's starting off this season on a very good note.
I mean,
the best we've started off in about 2-3 years.
We're ignoring the fact that, you know, we went down to Lowndes County, actually put off a very impressive showing for what we were predicted to finish. We actually played very well, but to start like this is just great momentum boost. Now, I'm looking for 2 things right now. I'm looking to see what the Centennial offense does, rattled that their kickoff team just gave up a touchdown on the first drive, and I'm looking to see how that Roswell defense takes this momentum into their first defensive drive.
And speaking of this defensive drive, I mean, we got some studs we're going to talk about tonight on that defensive line and the linebacking core.
We got a lot of them, don't we, David?
Line drive kick will be taken out of the end zone, very close to almost going out of bounds at the 1-yard line, but ref spotted it out of the end zone, so Centennial take over 1st and 10 at their 20 or at their 25. Excuse me.
That's a great kick by Ben Hogan. Okay, Ben Hogan. So here's the thing with Roswell this year.
Yeah, tell us about the kickers
so
for a second.
We have 3 kickers. We have a punter, we have our field goal kicker, and then we have our kickoff kicker. We have Demetrius Casares, Greek name, very hard to say. He's going to do the extra points and the field goals. We have Sam Van Eed, we have a punter, and then we have Ben Hogan who does the kickoffs.
After this first play, we're going to send it down to Alex on the sideline, but let's watch this first defensive play for the Hornets. Centennial puts a man in motion, give up to the running back, Luther Martinez, and he gains about 3 yards on the play. So with that carry, we're going to send it down to Alex Berger, 3rd man of the party. Alex, what you got?
They're a traditional pro-style team. Sorry about that. Now they're a more spread team. On defense, they were a 3-2-5. Now they are a 4-3. That's all I got. Back up to you, Dave.
Last play, you saw Luke Abel, the senior quarterback for Centennial, overthrows a wide receiver wide open on that side.
Yeah,
put a little too much mustard on it.
Roswell got a little lucky that he overthrew that, but you know that's still. It's like we're fine. You know, pregame jitters. Our offense just returned a kick. They're gonna fix it. They're good enough to fix it. And you know what I also like? I'll explain after this play.
That's complete to Marcus Beck, senior wide receiver for Centennial. That gain is enough for a first down just outside or just inside the 37-yard line.
That's just a good play by Centennial. There's nothing you can really do about that. The guy got open on the flats, and the linebacker did a good job of covering him, and even though he got the first down, he still didn't get that many yards, which is still very, very good by the Hornet defense.
Centennial puts a man in motion, pitch on the sweep, and Roswell puts him down behind the line. That's number 2, Aaron Turk, senior running back and linebacker.
And there goes the big man, Trey Lamar, number 51, blowing up the hole, taking him down behind the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard loss.
Strong side linebacker, a junior, being looked at by a lot of schools. Trey Lamar is going to be a big name we're going to be calling a lot this season.
You're going to be hearing his name on Saturdays and on Sundays. He's getting offers from Clemson, Alabama, South Carolina, Georgia, Auburn. I tried to convince him to go to my Pokes, but I don't think that's going to work. I don't think he's going to leave an SEC school.
Wide open tackle, Sam Van Eed tackling Caleb Herring and dropping him back. Big hit on that play.
Great read by Sam. He was able to go right upfield after the catch and make a great play. You can see right here on this replay. Yep.
Now since,
as you can see here, Sam reading the play perfectly. Boom. Done. You can't really do much after that.
Abel throws it over the middle, wide open. Malik Muhammad being chased and tackled, touchdown saving tackle. That was by Marcelino Ball, the junior free safety.
While yes, it was a little bit of a blown coverage, that's great job by Marcelino to stop those 6 points. Because if we know anything about Centennial from watching them these past 4 years, they are not good inside the 20. They tend to choke, they tend to turn the ball over.
Marcelino Ball, actually the younger brother of ex-Georgia Tech quarterback Reggie Ball.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm. Give up the middle, Chris Calhoun. Calhoun tries to bounce it outside, but hit by a swarm of Hornets.
That's a generous...
Led by Sam Van Eed.
That's a generous spot by that official. I didn't think he got that far, but a 4-yard carry, but a great job by Sam to lead a host of Hornets to the ball to stop him for a minimal gain.
This will bring up a 2nd and 6. Ball on the 14-yard line. Centennial on their opening drive marching into Hornet territory. Fake the give up the middle. Wide open was Herring, and he is drilled again immediately. He's not getting many yards after contact.
We're coming out and hitting hard, David. The quarterback got nailed by number 4, Scott Simons, after he threw the ball perfectly legal. Nothing wrong with that. And number 30, Marcelino Ball, making a great open field tackle. He still got the first down, but that's still another touchdown-saving tackle.
So Luke Abel working out of the shotgun. Abel gives up to Herring. Herring jukes him one man, gets down close to the goal line. Centennial saying they scored. No sign from the official yet.
Ref's saying otherwise.
Ref's saying 1 yard line.
Yeah, 1 yard line. And that's just a good play by Centennial. If you're Roswell, there's nothing much you can do about that. Maybe get some more pressure, maybe pinch the defensive tackles up close, but it's still good defense. I mean, you only got 4 yards.
This game, starting out, reminded me of last year's Centennial game. A little back and forth in the beginning when we played at Centennial.
You and I were at that game.
Roswell took over. Yes, we were. We attended that game together, me, you, and Alex. And Roswell ended up winning and pulling away in the end, but a little bit back and forth. So this is historic to the rivalry.
Let's see with all those big boys up front. Fumble!
Looks like quarterback fell on it.
But
like Centennial still has it.
You know what?
4th and goal.
You know what's good about that play? That quarterback just got scared. He's got butterfingers over there. He saw all those big boys, Trey, Sam, Scott, Leroy, all up front. He had nothing to do. There's nothing he could have done about that. And he's going, oh boy, all these big boys are coming at me. Oh, look, the ball.
Timeout, Centennial. Centennial has to use their first timeout with 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Hornets still lead 7-0. Coming up a big goal line stop needed.
I think the clock operator has forgotten that timeout stopped the clock.
Yeah, something is fuzzy with the clock right now. But as we said earlier, this is a Roswell rivalry, or City of Roswell rivalry. Started in 2000 with the opening of Centennial High School. Roswell leads this series 11 games to 3 with only 3 losses. So far, so good.
As it should be.
Roswell's won the last 2 pretty convincingly, but Roswell's also 8-2 in their last 10 meetings. So just a couple things to note about the rivalry so far. They're playing for what they call the Governor's Cup, which the mayor, Jerry Wood, is here in attendance tonight. Yes, he is on our sideline.
Of course he is.
He's a man, if you see him, he's down there on the sideline, pink shirt, green bow tie.
Is he really?
Not really neutral to Centennial, or not really neutral to anybody, more favoring Roswell. So Centennial's going to go for a 3rd and 1 at their own 1. Try to punch this ball in. Abel still out of the gun, gives up the middle, and running back walks through some tackles and gets in the end zone for a touchdown. So with 6:54 left to play, Centennial comes within a point of tying it.
And you know what? That's good play. Nothing you could have done about that. It's good play. They had a really good drive. Roswell made actually some really good stops on that. Nothing you could really do much on that. Good play. Good play by Centennial. They're going to the Auburn field goal formation right now. See what they do.
Holding for the kick is number 10, Luke Abel.
So Abel, not only the quarterback, but also the holder.
I don't like that. There has to be somebody else on the team that can catch a ball, turn it so the laces are out, and have the kicker kick it. There's got to be somebody else besides your starting quarterback.
Apparently at Centennial, not really.
No, apparently not.
So we got a tie ball game here, again with 6:54 left to play in the first quarter. Roswell took the opening kickoff and drove it in about 11 seconds right down the field to the end zone.
Maybe not even
and
that.
Centennial took about 5 minutes off the clock and drove the ball all the way down for a touchdown. Now, Roswell got some stops along the way, but due to Centennial's offense, they're going to put up yards. They're going to score.
The way that Centennial's offense is run is it's run to spread people out. And that's what's going to happen. Our defense is going to get spread out, and they're going to gain yards. It's just Roswell can't allow them to get the big yards, the 30, the 40, the 50-yard plays. And I don't think that's going to happen tonight. Because while, yes, they are so spread out, they are good enough discipline-wise to make sure that, they keep the amount of yards to a minimum. 3 yards here, 4 yards here. And then, of course, you have those big linebackers in Trey, Sam, Scott. They're going to get to the backfield. They're going to get in there.
So I guess Centennial's strategy now is to kick to Machine.
They're going to try Sheldon Evans now. Please run it back. Please run it back. Make him pay.
So Sheldon Evans fields it at the 3-yard line. Sheldon Evans runs into a host of defenders. Watch a flag on the play. First penalty of the game coming up. Evans takes it just across the 20-yard line.
Pending this penalty, regardless of what the penalty happens, Sheldon got past the 20. In my book, that's a good return. In any sportscaster's book, that's a good return. Any return past the 20 is good. Anything less is unsuccessful. If you get to the 20, great job. You had a touchback. You succeeded at something very, very, very simple, in a touchback.
So still waiting the official call. Holding the indication against Roswell. That was something you mentioned in your opening. Was penalties. Killed the Hornets last year down in Valdosta.
14 penalties, 185 yards. 4 late personal foul calls. That has been fixed. Coach Ford, I think, they had a nice little suicide practice after a hot dog day to make up for those penalties.
So they give it to the starting running back, Sheldon Evans. He's a junior this year. This man can carry the ball, and he can carry it a long time, and he can deliver a punishing blow to a defender. He's a sophomore this year, which makes it even better for the Hornets because we got him for 3 more seasons, including this one.
Which is very nice. Because he was a freshman last year.
He was a freshman who was getting a lot of playing time at the end of the season.
Fumble.
Sheldon Evans fumbles the ball. Centennial recovers. 3 game jitters. That's all I got.
It's his first start. It's going to happen. Bounce back from it. He'll be fine. I know he's going to be fine. He's a great running back. Now the defense needs to get back on the field, and they have got to focus. They've got to focus, and they've got to stop. Maybe a turnover of their own. Maybe Rodney Dorsman or Marcelino Ball can be those ball-hawking free safeties and cornerbacks, and we can go pick a ball off and take it back for 6.
So here we go. Centennial will start it at the Roswell 23, deep in Hornet territory. Still working out of the shotgun.
This is what I'm talking about, spreading out. They've got 1 slot back, no tight ends, and they've got 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. That's a spread offense, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what I mean. Ball! That's our ball. Roswell got it. Oh, Ball go out of bounds.
Abel's pass was complete to Caden Herring on the side. Fumble looked as though it went out of bounds.
We're going to see here what a great job of forcing this fumble is and how we need to come up on that ball. Hit, big hit, and just a strip. Right there, Rodney Dorsmont sticks his hand in the last second and pulls it out of the guy's hand. Little too close to the sideline. That's Roswell ball any other place. Great play by Rodney.
Martinez takes the ball up enough for a first down.
Great game
getting
tackling.
Getting deep into the Roswell territory, deeper into the red zone within the 5-yard line now.
That's good gang tackling by Roswell. That's very positive to look on. Oh, we got a hurt player. It looks like Leroy Wilson, senior defensive end. He's down.
Yeah, Leroy Wilson, as you just said, playing defensive end, or when they go in the 3-3-5, playing nose tackle this year.
Yes.
Need a big man in that middle to clog that hole of the offensive line and fire off on that center.
He looks fine, though. He's walking out over his own power. That's a good sign. Very good sign.
Probably just a little shaken up, maybe got the wind knocked out of him.
Looks like
he should be back in pretty soon.
Looks like our defensive coordinator is wearing yellow sleeves, so it's easier to see.
Now, an interesting addition to the Roswell coaching staff this year is former Georgia player, former Roswell standout, and Super Bowl champion Jermaine Phillips.
Oh, yeah. Isn't he the running backs coach this year?
Coach Phillips, I believe, is on his defensive side of the ball, which he's familiar with, played safety at Georgia, and so he's defensive backs coach.
That's right. He played defensive back, not running back.
Yeah.
So
Martinez takes the ball up to the 2-yard line, gets drilled, though, by a host of Hornet defenders.
Good.
Roswell going with their starting defense. They're not really subbing in and out a lot of people so far.
Because that defense is strong. Those guys have been playing together for a while. They know each other. They can read each other very well.
Now, the big difference I see in this year's team is also size. We've gotten a lot bigger.
Yes, we have.
We've picked up a lot of muscle weight in the offseason. Give up to Herring, and he is not going to get anything actually pushed back at the end of the play. So with 4:55 left to play in this first quarter, we're going to have another 3rd and goal situation for Centennial. Trying to punch it in. Last time they were at the 1. This time looks as though the ref's going to spot the ball around the 3-yard line, just outside of the 2-yard line.
This is what I would do in this situation, but I know Coach Ford, he's the coach. He's going to run something correctly. Get all your big boys up front, have your linebackers play a zone in the back of the end zone, and go man-to-man coverage with your cornerbacks.
Go to Martinez out on the sideline, and we drop him back for a loss. 2-yard loss by the Hornets.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You put all your big boys up front. They saw the pitch perfectly. They didn't have enough guys up on the line to cover the amount of Roswell players up on the line. They had no chance.
That's another difference we just saw this team on that play, that from this team this year, from last year, is outside speed, getting that outside edge fast, and they hit it right there.
This actually isn't that easy of a field goal to make. With this close, anything wrong could happen.
Not a chip shot because it's on the hash. A little bit of a high snap. Kick is up, and kick is good right down Broadway. So Centennial takes a 3-point lead over the Hornets, leading 10-7 with 3:46 left to play in the first quarter. Roswell, all you got to do is hold on. 2 plays on offense so far. So Roswell hasn't thrown out all the cards on the table yet.
Right,
They still got a lot to play.
And I got a feeling that Coach Ford's going to pull something out of a hat this possession. But going back to that great goal-to-goal defense. You have your backs up against the wall. They did a great job.
So now we're going to send it down again, back down to Alex, 3rd man in the party. Alex, what do you got?
Leroy Wilson went down on that play when the defense was on the field. He's fine. It's just cramps. He walked off on his own power. Dave, back up to you.
So here we go. Centennial's going to kick off again. First kick, return for a touchdown. Second kick, we got about 20 yards on it. So now we're going to see what they do. They kicked it to Sheldon the second time. Wasn't able to return it. Machine Slade was on that first return. Machine's showing off in college.
I want to see if they break off right here. So they are. So Sheldon and Machine were lined up back to back. I was kind of hoping they stay like that until the kick was made, so Machine could go and get the ball.
So Sheldon will return this one again, just outside of the 1-yard line, trying to break a tackle. He's gang tackled just over the 20-yard line. Ball will be marked at the 23-yard line.
He got to the 23. That's a good return. It got past the 20. We're going to watch it right here, and we're going to watch him use his big body to gain that extra yard. It was very, very nice.
Now, I love what Coach Ford is doing here already, sticking with Sheldon at back, not taking him out because of the fumble.
See right there.
Letting him work.
See right there, he carried 17 for an extra couple yards. Number 17, Rowell. I am awful at names. Mr. Scott probably already knows that. Rowell Zach got pummeled on that play by Sheldon Evans.
Last play you just saw was Mashane Slade coming around that left side of the offense, getting about a yard or two.
He only got a yard. You know, he actually got 3. Wow. 2nd and 7. Right now it's 2nd and 7, but that's Mashane's bread and butter. He's very fast. He's a quick. The Memphis commit is going to put on a show tonight if he can get out into space. We've already seen it once.
We went empty set on the last play. This time we go in the pistol. Whitaker being rushed out to his left. He's got a lot of room. Whitaker looking, throws on the run, and it is complete just over the 40 and out of bounds.
Wow, what a play by James. Play broke down in the middle. Plenty of space on the right side. So he does a bootleg to the right, and he waits. He waits and he waits until he sees that quarterback on the receiver commit. He has to wait for him to commit. If he doesn't commit, then he runs it. He committed at the last second, and James Whitaker pulling a Nick Marshall. Wait until he got to the line of scrimmage to throw to his receiver, catch 2 feet in the end zone, out of bounds. Great play.
Set up on a little dump screen to the back, gets just at the 50. They're going to actually mark him into Centennial territory. Good pass by James. You know, it took us about 10 minutes into the broadcast just to have a Jamesy football reference.
I know.
Let me tell you about this kid. I love this guy as a senior quarterback. Great leadership skills, brings a lot of intangibles to the game that aren't mentioned, and played a heck of a summer 7-on-7 series this year.
No huddle.
Sheldon's juking out people, getting the outside, trying to break one tackle, but he's gang tackled up. Watch the flag. Gets over the 45, or over the 45 and over the 35-yard line.
You don't have to be a football genius to know that that's a horse collar. What a play by Sheldon. The nice give, get it in the middle of the field. Once he sees that there's a host of Centennial tacklers, what does he do? He realizes that he's faster than them. He gets around him, and he gets into open space, and the only way he was bringing him down was if that he dragged him down by the horse collar, but they're going to call a face mask, 6-1, half dozen the other. It's the exact same thing, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are not familiar with football rules, a horse collar is when somebody drags a player down by the back of his shoulder pads. A face mask, obviously, when he grabs him by the face mask and brings him down. There are 2 penalties for face mask, a 5-yard and a 15-yard. A 5-yard is if he grabs onto it and lets go and doesn't bring him down to the ground. A personal foul, 15-yard, grabs onto it, brings him down to the ground.
So here we go. James gives up to Sheldon. Sheldon bouncing outside. He's going to get about a yard, but man, he had to fight for that carry.
But did you see
Hornets trying to run outside? Last year, we were running inside, so Sheldon doing a good job getting to that edge.
But what a hit! The Centennial defender was not doing a good job of trying to tackle Sheldon. Sheldon is a big dude. You've got to get lower. You have to get lower. And Sheldon just ran him over. There he goes again.
Give to Sheldon, this time left side, breaks one tackle. Oh, almost tackled a little too high, but gets just over the 10-yard line, very close to a first down.
While that tackle looked like that's perfectly clean. Again, he didn't grab any face masks, didn't grab the back of his shoulder pads or whatnot. And you know what? I don't think Sheldon cares. He got a nice 7-yard gain. We're gonna set up 3rd and 1 at the 9.
James fakes the pass, gives it over to Sheldon. Big touchdown. Sheldon Evans' first touchdown of the year. Makes up for the fumble and puts Roswell ahead 13-10.
They did what I call a reverse draw play. So they gave it to Sheldon. Sheldon did a great job hitting the hole in the touchdown. We haven't been giving the offensive line credit on this drive. Great blocking by the O-line up front. Great answer to the field goal. But what James did, and probably even faked out some people, is he faked a throw towards the end zone. That way, all the corners went, it's a pass. Oh, it's a run. They scored. Okay, great.
Let's say Jamesy football, the great fake there, sold out the at least 1 or 2 linebackers on that play, which allowed Sheldon to get on by. Also want to say, Whitaker, 2 for 2 so far. 2 for 2 in the passing game. Deep past that right side. The extra point just now is up and good. So Roswell takes a 14-10 lead with 1:17 left to play in the first quarter.
Our flag crew had a little trouble spelling RHS there. We are now Roswell School High. It sounds better.
RSH.
RSH. Sounds better that way.
It's like Rush without the U.
Right. It's like the
Or
show.
Rash without the A. Or Rish without the I.
Is that even a word?
Maybe not.
Maybe. It's kind of like flapjack. It's a made-up word.
We're going to have a jar this season that sits right between us. It's the flapjack jar, and it raises money for the It's going to raise money for the program. So it's going to have about $5,000 by the end of the season.
Probably. I tended to say that a lot sophomore year.
That's what your scholarship money.
Right. All my scholarship money's going into the flapjack jar.
So Roswell into kickoff after the Sheldon Evans touchdown. Roswell doing whatever they want to on offense so far.
Oh yeah.
Minus the fumble. Roswell taking care of business.
I mean, this is what I loved about that. Sheldon bounced back from the fumble.
Yeah, I bet you the coaches got on the sideline. Maybe not Ford, but the coaches got on the sideline and probably said, Sheldon, hold on that ball, son. Hold on that ball. And he was like, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very respectful gentleman Sheldon is. And I know him saying, yes, sir. Going to take care of it, sir.
Absolutely.
And he took care of business.
All of Roswell's players are classy like that.
So Roswell now will go on defense with Centennial deep in their own territory.
Well, actually, it looks like they're going to have to re-kick because Ben kicked the ball out of bounds.
So Centennial will take the penalty and move him back.
They're going to back him up 5 yards and have him re-kick, which, you know what, that's good strategy. I don't mind it.
He tried to coffin corner the first one and was successful, so he tried to do the same thing. Not so much.
So we're going to see.
There's a little bit of a wind tonight, so.
A little bit.
Breeze is on the lower part of the field.
Are you sure that's not coming from our fan?
I would say probably.
Probably. We're having a little trouble in our nice booth up here.
The booth got nicer with the addition of a Lasco fan.
Yes. This week's broadcast sponsored by Lasco fans.
We are not responsible for the endorsement or the failure of Lasco Fan Incorporated.
All Lasco fans proceeds must be received to Lasco fans, Flint, Michigan. I don't even know the zip code.
Just like the Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl.
Flint. When they look through the annals of history, they're going to remember three things: the discovery of fire, the invention of the submarine, and the Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl.
I believe that's your senior quote.
It is my senior quote. The late, great, not dead yet, Jackie Moon said that.
Player, owner, coach.
Yes. What else? Manager.
Flint, Michigan. Flint Tropics.
Flint Tropics. Trophy's going to be 12 feet high.
Oh, gosh. Roswell to kick off again. This time it's not going through the end zone.
Uh-oh.
Centennial fights over the ball. And looks like Herring came up with it. He fights his way to the 27-yard line, and that's where Centennial will take over. 1st and 10, throwing 27. So basically the penalty just gave Centennial the ball on a decent return.
Like two elementary kids fighting over a football on the playground. Nobody. See, that's bad.
Now that's my life every single day. So that's a very good comparison.
I don't like kids, so I wouldn't know.
All right, well, I'll just say this. With it being youth night, again, Adam, very, very good. Kind of cliche, but very good on the comparison. So youth night bringing out all the local elementary schools and middle schools: Hembry Springs, Sweet Apple, Mountain Park, Crabapple Middle School, Elkins Point Middle School, and actually my job and where I call home, Roswell North Elementary.
At some school over there.
It actually literally is the direction you pointed to the right of our
If
broadcast.
only people could see, where I'm pointing at, because I am pointing in that general area.
Right off of Woodstock Road. Great school. Principal of the year, Kendra Smith, working there. We have a great faculty, great staff, great kids there, over 1,000 students. I just had to give them a shout out real quick. Just say it's a great place to work, and I'll say this: it's a great family.
Looks like we have
the Hornet Nation, so to say.
We have a delay of game on Centennial. A little confused on what they're going to do.
I'll take it.
I will take it also.
You know what? They're not down on our side of the field.
That's good.
So they're confused.
That's good.
They don't know what to do with a long field.
That's good. So here's a little trivia question for you after this play, real quick.
They go quick huddle with Abel out of the shotgun. Ooh, pass was above the quarterback did throw a forward pass, so not a fumble, incomplete pass. Only is a fumble if he throws behind him. Herring was above the quarterback on that play. All right, so Adam, what you got for trivia?
So here's a trivia question. Can you name, back in, I believe it was actually I have no idea. My brother was at still elementary school. Who was the principal of Roswell North Elementary in the 1900s. Can you tell me who that was?
In the 1900s.
Right. Well, 1990s. You know what I mean.
I do know the answer. We have a hurt Centennial player down on the field.
Back when you were in elementary school, my oldest brother Andrew was in elementary school. My oldest brother went to Roswell North.
You see, before Mrs. Smith was principal at Roswell North, it was Mr. Huff.
Yes.
I didn't. Oh, okay. Mr. Huff took over in the 90s.
Yeah, he did.
I did not know that.
Yeah, because my brother.
I thought he took over in the early 2000s.
Because my brother one day on the bus got stabbed with a pen, and he pushed a little kid back, and he got 3 days of OSS for it. So yeah.
What did the other kid get?
I think he got kicked out of school.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds accurate.
This is such a brutal story. 1:04 left to play. Roswell leads 14-10. Still checking out the injured Centennial player on the field. It'll bring up a 2nd and 15 after the incomplete pass. That injury looks tough. Looks like got to give a hand to the man walking off the field. He's being helped by 2 trainers. I'll say this: it looks like a knee injury, left knee injury. Sadly, that may be season-ending.
Yeah, Dalton Moore looks like he's in an excruciating amount of pain right now as he hobbles off the sideline. We may be Roswell fans. This may be a rivalry, but we never want to see anybody get hurt. We're all here to have some fun and play this great game that was founded in America. And nobody wants to see that.
At the end of the day, we're all on the same team.
Yes, we are, and that's safety.
So Abel rushing out, gets a block, drills a ball downfield over the receiver's head out of bounds. Marcus Beck, the intended receiver, wouldn't have been able to bring it in bounds. Pass way overthrown.
He was trying to hit the coach over there.
About to say, at least a trainer or one of the football players on the sideline could have called it.
Well, that's great pressure by Roswell to force the overthrown pass and out of bounds. And Sam Van Eat getting in there again and just blowing through the left tackle and putting some pressure on the quarterback.
Abel out of the gun on 3rd and 15. Abel is drilled and dropped for a big loss. He was looking right at him, almost didn't even see him coming. And this will bring up a big punting situation on 4th
What a
and long.
play by Kobe, number 32, Kobe Kemberlin. As we see again, just gets up through wow. Blows through the tackle. Tackle had no chance and just puts him on his behind. That, if you call it, this is what football is. You live for those big hits, those big defensive stops. That's a great job by Roswell after the touchdown. 3 and out. Let's get the ball back.
Now Centennial will be punting from their own goal line. Roswell looking for the block to really jump on the Knights here, but it looks as though Centennial will take this to the second quarter. Clock at 3 seconds right now. And that will be... Oh, no, they're going to get the playoff.
Nope.
Wait, nope. Ref said he didn't. Scoreboard is to the back of the Centennial punter, so he probably wasn't able to see it.
Good call. Good call.
Yep. So Roswell will be receiving the ball off the punt, whereas Centennial will be punting from the Hornets end zone.
So we're going to flip sides here. If you're Coach Ford, do you play conservative and try for the return, or do you send all your big fast boys out there and try to go block it?
In my opinion, I've always been a proponent of a special teams coordinator. So I say special teams coordinator draws up a punt block. And I'll tell you this. I hate to bring up a college reference, but it works best. When Georgia's won their last 2 SEC championships in 2002 and 2005, both times they had a punt block. It was designed. It wasn't something go out there and kill it. Right. It was, here's what we're going to do. We're going to blitz 2 guys off the corner. One of them's going to get picked up, but the other one just goes in. So that's why I'm a proponent of it, because if a special teams coordinator's in on it, that's what happens. The past 2 SEC championships Georgia's played against LSU and Alabama that they've lost, they haven't had a special teams coordinator, and it hasn't gone their way. And that's just my opinion with history.
And for a special teams plays, there's about 4 plays that you run on special teams. You run punt left, where the wall is left, wall of blockers. You run punt right, wall's right. You have straight up middle, where the guy tries to go up the middle, and then you have the punt block. And with where we would end up getting position, we're going to get it probably inside Centennial territory. Go after it. And they are. They're going
Roswell's
after it.
Coming after it. Ooh, almost gets it away.
We almost had it.
Machine gets a great block on that outside corner. He's at the 40. 35-30. Owen taken down at the 25. Now we're going to send it down to Alex Berger with a very special interview of some pregame festivity performers who put on a great show tonight, the Silver Wings. Alex, what do you got with us with these gentlemen that serve our country? So we'll go to Alex in a second, just having a little technical difficulties trying to get it together.
It's fine because they're not going anywhere. That was a great show too, but I just want to talk about real quick, even while this play is going, because he just got stuffed. Great blocking. Rodney Dorsmont just took the guy's head off, and then we had another block by Sam Van Eed. That's great blocking, and that is the reason Machine was able to get upfield so much. And I'm sorry for yelling into the microphone, but I'm a Roswell fan, and I've said this before. I love big hits.
So Roswell will be 2nd and 10 at the 26. Sheldon just got back to the line of scrimmage. Whitaker, 3-step drop, looks to the middle of the end zone, touch. Oh! Had it in his hands. Jamesy football's first incompletion of this game. But we're going to send it down to Alex. Alex has the Silver Wings with him, and third member of our party, he's got a good group down there with him. Alex, what do you have with those gentlemen on the field?
I'm here with First Sergeant Rick Wallace with the skydivers who delivered the ball down on the field. Rick, I just want to ask you, how was the ride down?
It was loud. You guys definitely can bring it when you want to. I enjoyed it. It was awesome.
I noticed you guys did a lot of spinning maneuvers. What do you call those when you're spiraling down?
Those are actually called spiral turns. That allows us to drop altitude safely.
And Rick, I just want to know, because I was interested in going into the military at one time, why did you decide to go into the military?
Well, it honestly it seemed like the thing to do at the time. I just wanted to serve my country, give back to the community in any way possible.
What made you decide to join this parachute unit?
Falling out of the plane is something that I've always wanted to do, and it's just kind of one of those things. It's exciting, it's exhilarating, but it's just a blast. I love it.
Now, do you have any words you want to say to any of your friends or any guys overseas right now?
Only one thing I have to say is go Army, beat Navy.
Amen. Thank you very much, Rick.
Thank you. Appreciate
and I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Thank you.
All right, back up to you, Dave.
Excellent. Thanks, Alex. Couple plays we got a play in motion right now. Machine Slade, coming out of the backfield to catch that pass. But we had 2 plays prior while Alex had that great interview. Machine caught a first down pass on the right side with Whitaker rolling to his right, while Kendrick Jackson went to the left for a couple yards and had a close call. Either could have been horse collar face mask, but a no call in the end. So ref probably saw just a jersey pull.
Great job by James to roll out to the pocket, get rid of the ball, even avoid a tackle. And I agree, we should have had a face mask. Is he in? Touchdown.
And Whitaker's got a complete pass at the 1 yard line. That's a close call.
Those are one of those calls that could go either way. And maybe that's since on the Centennial drive when they scored, maybe that's a little. They're calling it the same way. They're calling it both ways, which I'm happy with. That's good refereeing.
And I'll say this: that is my man, senior wide receiver Hunter Coleman, catching that pass, curl route right down there. Roswell walks into the end zone. I'll tell you this: Roswell takes this 20-10 lead with 9:29 left to play in this second quarter. Whitaker has engineered some fantastic drives. James is showing some leadership tonight, and Jamesy Whitaker. You could throw up the money signs like Johnny Manziel, because he's getting the money tonight.
Jamesy football. He's leading this offense down. What is he? He's thrown. He had 2 drop passes, but even on those drop passes, he put it right on the money. The receivers do have to come down with it, but even though they were drop passes, that's a good sign from the Roswell receivers. Just because if we're getting open like that every single time we throw the ball, we're gonna put up 60 points on these cats. I know they're Knights, but you get the expression.
Roswell really doing some work on offense. Up 20-10 or 21-10, 9:29 left to play in the second quarter. 3 offensive drives, 2 of them for touchdowns, opening kickoff for a touchdown. Defense showing up, has only given up 10 points so far. And in this series, when Centennial does not score 30 or more points, they don't win. They've only scored 30 or more points twice, and they only won one of those games. So Roswell, history says with this rivalry, Roswell competes with Centennial. And history says against Centennial, after this game, season goes in the tank. Centennial hasn't had a winning record since 2007, and in the past 2 years has a combined record of 4-16.
Wow, that's a lot of losses.
Roswell, was almost at that point at one time, but it's rebounded fast.
Very fast.
Coach Ford took this program to a complete 180 last season. Coach Ford's only in his second year. I keep thinking he's in his third or fourth with how experienced he looks on the field, how professional he is, and how well his players are coached come game day. Deep kick, fielded at around the 3-yard line. Hornets wrap him up, gang tackle around the 21-yard line. Ref will actually spot it at the 20. So if it went in I'll say touchback that went just 20 yards on the ground.
It's a simple touchback. That's not a touchback. And for those of you watching who do not know the rules in high school with a touchback in high school is whenever the ball enters the end zone. So if the ball goes into the end zone, especially where the ball is kicked, it's an automatic touchback. There's no chance of a return. Which is for 2 reasons. One, they get to go back to the 20, and 2, player safety. Because you get all those big boys with that full head of steam getting to run all the way down there with that much room to run, it could be dangerous.
So that looks like the running back for Centennial, number 5, Luther Martinez, taking the ball up for a first down for Centennial. So it'll be 1st and 10 at their own 30. Yes, at their own 32. Abel pitch out of the backfield to Herring. Herring gets one block on the outside, hurdles a man, and gets down close to another first down. Ball will be spotted at the 41.
Good defensive play. Good gain tackling. They still got 9 yards, but Roswell's doing everything right so far.
So this will bring up 2nd and 2. So Martinez again takes the ball up, doesn't get much yardage. So bring up a 3rd and 1, very long 1 yard, almost probably about 1 yard and 3/4.
It's a 3rd and a long 1, as the expression is, because especially with how big the defensive line is for Roswell, that 1 yard, especially when you operate in the shotgun, it's actually like 3rd and 5.
Pass thrown out of the backfield, complete to Herring. Herring jukes a man, gets up into Roswell territory, crosses the 50, out of bounds at the 49 into the Hornet territory.
That's a good job by the cornerback Rodney Dorsmont. I think that was Rodney. I believe it was Rodney. We're going to go with Rodney. I believe it was Rodney, of getting off the wimpy block and making an effort to stop him before he got the first down. He still got the first down, but just barely got past Rodney. Had Rodney wrapped up and tackled him, it'd be 4th down in Centennial in what I call the dead zone of punting the ball.
Herring in motion. Martinez trying to go up the middle. Nothing there. Host of Hornet tacklers led by Trey Lamar, number 57, the junior linebacker.
He's a beast, isn't he?
I'm about to say, him, and you got a big defensive line this year. Max Boyd, Leroy Wilson, Mitch Stone, Tyone Hopper. A lot of good bodies in there. I actually, ironically, teach Hopper's younger brother.
Whose younger brother do you not teach?
Sam Van. Well, I taught Sam Van.
You taught Sam's brother.
Wow, that was bad.
Everything you're about to say is now void.
Pass play. Oh! Off the body of Rodney Dorsman. Off the body of the receiver, 85, Marcus Beck. Awful lot of people. Incomplete pass on the reverse throw.
That was one of those throws where you're just like, oh boy, somebody's either the defender's catching it or nobody's catching it. That was great coverage by Rodney to get in there and break the play up.
Coaches up here in the box were screaming pass once they ran that sweep to him and once he stopped.
Hey,
they knew it. They saw it coming a mile away.
When you're down by 11 points, you got to throw out anything you can think of.
Abel back at quarterback. Floats one over the middle. Oh, fight for it. Fight for it. Looks like it's Roswell's ball. Centennial saying they have it, and rep spotting it is Centennial's ball.
But great job. Great coverage. That's a 50-50 ball. That's anybody's ball. That's a great job by Xavier. I had his name right here. I have it on a sheet of paper. Bear with me, folks.
While you look for the receiver's name, Marcelino Ball, great coverage on that play. Getting back, making a great leap for it.
I'm just going to call him Ted. Anyway.
Marcelino Ball, Michael Manning holding up the safety positions back there. Centennial giving it to Herring, trying to go to that left side. Gets about 5 yards on the play.
We have a new feature this year.
Adam, you talk about this because I have no idea. You're in the class.
Unfortunately, no one can see it from the camera angle, but up in the sky, it's not a bird. It's definitely not a plane. It's the new Roswell Broadcasting quadcopter. And this thing shoots perfect HD video at stable shots. It looks beautiful in the night sky. It's really high.
Yeah,
it is. Just nice. Good job, defense.
Yeah.
And that
ball
ball
complete to Caden Herring, but not a lot.
Not a lot. It's going to be third and a good. He's actually losing yards. He lost about 2 yards on that play. It's about third and 9 now. But that's just a low pass and not a good pass from the quarterback.
Incomplete pass, wide open. And Abel put a ball right there. That was a great pass.
You could see and you could hear the frustration from the Centennial coaches.
The Centennial coaches on the other side of the press box to our left were screaming because of how wide open the receiver was and couldn't put his hands on it.
They were screaming some words I don't think we're allowed to say on air, but he's got to catch that. If it hits you in the hands, you need to catch that. Great break for Roswell. Good defensive stop right there. Let's go block this kick.
Kick is up. Kick is no good.
No good.
Left. Roswell not necessarily catches a break, but hey, that's 3 less points on the board.
That's a win for the defense.
Yeah.
Whenever you can get out of your own territory without giving up points, no matter how it is, that's a win for the defense. It doesn't matter if the quarterback just ran around, had a tea party, and then you sacked him. You get out of there with no points on the board. That's a win. Now, this fast-paced Roswell offense back on the field. Let's see if Jamesy football can do it again.
So Roswell take over 1st and 10 at their own 17.
Brought the blitz.
Whitaker puts a ball over the middle. Machine wide open. 40, 35, 30, 25. It's a foot race. He always wins. Machine Slade for 6 yet again. Machine all-purpose yards going off the charts tonight.
What did we just say? Jamesy football doing it again. What a ball, too. That fell right to his hands. I could have caught that. And hey, I don't play football. I play defense. What a ball.
James Whitaker. Beautiful spiral. That's what he learned in 7-on-7 this summer.
Could you ask any more for your quarterback other than throwing a perfect ball to a fast receiver? Could you ask anything else?
And this is what I love about Roswell's offense this year. We've opened up the passing game a lot more.
Yeah.
And Ford is opening it up.
And you know what?
Ooh, almost blocked kick, but kick is up. Kick is good. Roswell, 28-10 lead with 5:30 left to play in the second quarter. A one-play drive for the Hornets. Roswell's in charge in this game, and they're looking to put it away.
Here's my philosophy. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If the passing game, there's nothing wrong with it, keep passing the ball. Force Centennial to stop you before you go back to the running game. I expect Coach Ford, the next offensive drive, to do the exact same thing. Say, here you go, Centennial. We're throwing the exact same thing out at you. Our Memphis recruit versus your secondary, come and stop us. And guess what? They don't have an answer. Centennial has no idea what to do.
Centennial really has no answer for this defense because they think, all right, Sheldon out to the right, Sheldon left, Sheldon up the middle, Sheldon, a quick pass to Machine, sweep to Machine, Sheldon right, Sheldon left, and then all of a sudden Whitaker just throws a bomb wide open. Machine wide open, and he caught that in stride, and then got faster as he got closer to that end zone. Machine is showing off for some college scouts, that's for sure. He's showing off for Memphis. He's showing off for everybody he can.
And, when you have the amount of dynamic dynamic four, the Fantastic Four, that's what we're going to start calling our backs this year, of Machine Slade, Sheldon Evans, Kendrick Jackson, and Shakur Jackson, who was unfortunately out with an ankle injury. According to Coach Ford, he should be back next week. Of course, we also have Charlie Siebert out. He's out with mono. Justin Victorian has a shoulder problem, and Jordan Tucker out with a knee. Our running backs are unstoppable.
Semi-shallow kick to the 10-yard line. Returner for the Knights, Caden Herring gets up to the 26-yard line. That's where Centennial will take over in their own territory. 5:21 left to play. Now, with it being youth night, we mentioned in the pregame about how the youth of this team at the junior squad on this team, you have really good seniors, especially led by quarterback James Whitaker, but junior I want to talk about is backup quarterback Davis Kelly.
Davis, bright future.
Big kid for a quarterback. Wayne measures about 6'3", 205. Great body for a quarterback. In cleats, he's about 6'4", 6'5". Kid can throw a ball on the money. Kid had a fantastic summer, just like James, went to many different camps at different colleges. Look for Davis when he gets some playing time to show up. Now, who's that coming out of the backfield? Is that my man Sam Van Eed coming out of there? No, that's Scott Simons, number 4, safety coming out of that blitz on that outside.
Great blitz. Great call by Coach Ford to send Scott on the blitz. Read the play perfectly, made a great tackle. Come on, David. They got new uniforms. They're helping us out with the numbers.
I'm old. Vision's getting a little out. I wear glasses for a reason, man. Oh, Abel's going to take this sack, and Hornet defender's going to throw him to the ground. That is Sam Van Eed.
There's Sam for you.
All right, Vision's kicking back into
Great read by Sam. Quarterback had nowhere to go. Sam's too strong. Sam's getting looked by a bunch of D1 schools, including App State, Georgia Southern, Troy. He might go to Memphis with Machine.
I'm about to say, he's picking up some good offers too. 3rd and 26. Martinez is going to take the ball, breaks one tackle, breaks a second tackle, but is finally made down to the ground at about the 34-yard line, and that's where Centennial will take over on 4th down for the punt. 4th and about a mile now.
I wish we could hear the crowd right now because we got the I Believe chant going, and it actually sounded good this time. We tried.
I'm glad we didn't start it in the 4th quarter with 2 minutes left like we always did last season.
All right, now we'll do it.
When the game was out of reach at that point, when we were going to win. I'm about to say, as seniors this year, class of 15, you guys are showing up.
Hey,
I'll say that. You guys, no disrespect to 14, but so far, I will say this, senior 15 showing up more than 14 did.
14, it's all about that 15, baby.
Almost blocked punt. Great return and fielded by Machine. Ball will be spotted, and it looks as though the Hornet 49 just outside of the 50. All right, so now we're going to send it down to Alex on the sideline, 3rd member of the party. Alex, what do you got on the sideline for us?
Over the summer, James Whitaker participated in a couple of combines, including a Nike one, and he also was the starting quarterback on Cam Newton's 7-on-7 tournament. So it's paying off. He's throwing very accurate balls, deep balls, and it's really paying off his work that he's done in the offseason. Dave, back up to you.
So James on that last play faked a handoff. Reggie White was coming out around that corner, around the right corner, and just gave up to the left side, actually.
That's a great fake, too.
Yeah, I'm about to say, a good fake, sold it. So now we got about 2nd and 9 coming up here. Right, ball be spotted at midfield, just under 3 minutes left to play in the first half. Man in motion, bottom of the screen. Whitaker rolls. Oh, drop pass. Had a man wide open, Reggie White.
But just think of how open he was. He catches that ball, he's off to the races. I'd also like to apologize for that graphic 1st and 9. It was actually 2nd and 9. It happens to the best of us.
I'll say this. So far, Roswell's playing well, getting great holes. Big offensive line this year. David Blaine, Cameron Whiteman, who's playing both sides of the ball, Lamo Titus, Nick Sauer, and Cole Ray Makers doing a great job on that line. I met with these boys in this late summer and late July. They got some big guys. They put on some good muscle weight this summer.
And don't forget about Jaron Lyons. He gets some reps. Actually, was starting at right tackle this game. You know, I got a feeling that they're going to swap in and out and whatnot. So, but hey, Roswell's got a great problem. It's the best problem you can have. You have too much talent. That is a good problem to have, where you're just going, we have too many good kids.
I was about to say, this year I'm coaching youth football. Sounds kind of like my team. We got too much talent. We're just trying to put it all together now early in the season. We got a week off this week, though, thanks to the national holiday.
It'll work.
Whitaker, 3-step drop, rolls to his left, fakes. He's going to take it himself. Gets a little bit past the marker. Late hit out of bounds. No flag indication so far. Got about a 3-yard carry.
That Coach Ford is furious because that should have been a late hit call.
He did purposely step out of bounds for a reason.
He did, and once a defender sees that he's doing that, you have to realize that if I hit him, I could get a 15-yard, and that should have been 15 yards. But that's a good job by James to not throw it downfield because every guy was covered. Centennial did a great job of covering our receivers, so that's a good read by James just to take it, do a little Johnny Manziel right there, a little Jamesy football, get a nice chunk of yards so Roswell has better field position to punt.
Centennial makes a defensive stop, which forces Roswell to punt. Bring a couple men up the middle. Punt is a good punt. Bounces around the 19-yard line, and it'll be fielded at the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
Touchback.
So, again, another touchback.
It's a touchback without a touchback.
Literally, that's a good way to say it. Touchback without a touchback. So 2:21 left to play. Roswell still leading, having the 18-point lead, 28-10, with 2:22 left to play. Late second quarter.
Try saying that 10 times fast. Touchback. I can't do it. Tongue-tied.
But I want to just go back. I got to give a quick shout out to the team I have. Great squad of kids. Got 19 of them. I taught 8 of them last year. 10 of them go to Roswell North. I'll get back to it in a second. Abel's pass complete out to Herring. Herring fighting for yards and gets shoved out of bounds just shy of the first down. Bring up about a 2nd and 8. Ball be spot at the 28. And guy I coached within the spring, we coached baseball together, Robbie Stargell, great guy, great man of integrity. We won the championship, and so he's like, hey man, if you wanted to do football, come aboard. And so I said, why not? We got a great group of guys. A dad I had in my class last year, Dave Purdy, he actually golf pro at East Lake in Atlanta. So really good guy. Got another guy, Dave Hart, moved here recently to the community. Martinez takes the ball up for a first down and a little bit more. Ball be spotted around the 35. Also got a couple kids from other schools and their dad, Matt Gallagher, great guy, works locally in the area. And then another guy, our running back, one of our star players, his father, James Smith, another great guy, works locally. So we got a lot of the community here, and they're here at Youth Night, so I had to give a shout out to them. Great to have them here. Great to see my guys out on the track early before the game.
If you at home listening didn't figure out, he's got a lot of great guys.
I'm about to say, we have a good squad of men coaching with us.
Said it like 5 times. I'm just like, oh, another great guy. I'm glad you don't have a bunch of jerks on your team.
I'm about to say, I'm the only coach that doesn't have a kid on the team, thankfully, because I don't want kids right now. But I'll say this, a lot of great kids. We got a lot of good talent for their age. Just trying to put it together. We run a double wing. It's an old-fashioned type of offense, but hey, it scores points. Puts us on the board.
No option?
No, not right now. We don't run an option with a quarterback. We just bring men out of the backfield usually. Trying to work in a little wildcat probably later in the season, maybe not.
Nice hit by Rodney Dorsmont back to the game to prevent Centennial from gaining the first down and setting up a 3rd and long 2.
Martinez takes the ball, breaks a tackle, and he's got a lot of room to work with, but he's being chased down by some Hornet defenders, finally taken down inside Roswell territory. Ball be spotted at the Roswell 34.
Good job.
Great broken tackle by Martinez.
But during that, Scott tried to strip the ball away, and he did a good job of stripping. He's just got to get that. Got to get
the wrap on the tackle.
Got to get the wrap on the tackle first, but still a good attempt at the strip and a good job by, I have his name, Xavier McKinney, to bring the tackle down and prevent a touchdown.
Pass complete over the middle, quick slant, just over the 30-yard line. Ball be marked at the 27.
Nope.
Actually,
incomplete.
they mark it incomplete.
Hit the turf. It looked like a catch from up here, but the refs are going to tell us otherwise.
Looks like the ball caught some turf toe on that one.
Interesting. So normally when you see a no-huddle offense on an incomplete pass or a loss of yards, they go back to the huddle. Centennial's just going to keep on rolling.
So 41 seconds left, 2nd and 10.
Here comes Trey.
Abel getting to be sacked from behind. Did not see that one coming. Trey Lamar, big 57.
Great
Actually,
tackle. Is it not Trey?
Trying to figure out who the tackle is, but Centennial will take a timeout with 28 seconds left. 3rd and 14 at the 38. Hornets got him in a 3rd and long.
That's actually, you know who that was? Coming across and boom. Right there. Great read, great tackle. That's number 32.
Kobe Cumberland.
That's Kobe Cumberland. Kobe Cumberland, the junior, getting a lot of reps here.
Impressive.
That's a great tackle. I mean, like I said, a lot of good problems to have. Roswell's got these big guys up front, and they're just dominating this offensive line right now.
I was about to say, Roswell's taking care of business. They've given up a couple plays on this drive, but they're closing this door. They're closing this door, and they're closing it pretty hard. So we'll see how they do here. 3rd and 14 with 28 seconds left. Abel works at the Roswell 38. Quick pass on the inside screen. Oh, it's going to be close, and he did get the first down. Quick screen on that play. Good pickup by Centennial for a first down. Clock will stop with the completion, though, but it will start once the chains are set.
That was a great play by Centennial.
That was a good call.
That was a great call. There's nothing of the Roswell defense you can do about that besides stop him for the touchdown. That's exactly what they did. There's a spike. He faked it. He faked the spike,
and he got sacked on the play for a loss.
And they're going to have to burn their final timeout on a miscued spike. I've never seen that before.
Roswell's defensive coordinator is pretty good. If he just says, go for the ball, which is basically football 101, Centennial kind of forgot that aspect of it on that
forgot. I mean, I guess the head coach will go over to the quarterback and say, hey, buddy, on a spike, you throw it at the ground. You don't keep it. And, that's maybe it's because he saw the big Roswell defensive lineman coming straight at him and kind of got scared and was afraid, hey, if I throw this on the ground, maybe somebody just reaches down there and takes it. But if you're going to spike the ball, you've got to get it down. Now, it'll be interesting to see. 2nd and 12 with 10 seconds left. Centennial does not have a timeout left. This is what their coach is going to do. He's going to take one quick shot to the end zone. Guy's going to run a corner route either to the right or the left side. He's going to take a shot to the end zone. If he doesn't complete it, he's going to have about 4 to 5 seconds left to kick a field goal at the end of the half.
So see what he does. Abel. Back to pass.
Held it too long.
Has to scramble. Yeah,
and
he did hold it too long, and that's a sack.
Great.
And that's 3 seconds off the clock. 2, 1, halftime.
Great.
Roswell, great end. Great first half.
Great defense. Abel held it way too long. He had a guy running. He was doing what I was telling him he was going to do, but he held on to the ball too long. Great sack. I think that was your boy, Sam Van Eed.
About to say, they stayed with the play. Roswell held on to the defender and brought him down. So we go into the half, ladies and gentlemen, with an 18-point lead, 28-10 Roswell. We got a lot to do in the second half to wrap this game up, but so far so good. And just right before half, we're going to send it down to Alex Berger in a second here, third man of our party. Alex, what do you got before the half?
This has been a great display of offensive football and special teams football. The way Machine just had 2 returns, and James Whitaker is just throwing the ball around great. The running backs are running great. Defense are getting the stops they need to. This has just been a great performance by Roswell High School against their against their rivals Centennial. Back up to you, Dave.
All right, thanks again, Alex. All right, we'll send it to halftime. For your halftime enjoyment, here's the Centennial High School and Roswell High School marching bands. We'll see you in the second half, ladies and gentlemen.
Healthy eggs, sausage, turkey sauce, vegetables. I like throwing stuff in one cup. I'll let you know. You can promote me with them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the field. Tonight we are proud to present our 2014 production, titled Uprising, featuring the music of the rock band Muse. This evening's performance will go the first of 3 movies planned for this year. The first movie is entitled Big Brother. The RHS band director is Mark Adams. Assistant director, John Wilson. Production director is Brandon Kunga. The art director is Pierre Brown with our color guard sponsor, Matt Ball. Other staff include Daniel Mayo, Joe W., Randy Wamsley, Adriana Cornell, and Adam Stumble. Our jurors this evening are Dante Pound, Alan Boone, and Savannah Shaw. The band captain is Jack Kramer and Cindy Jeremy. Our guard captains, Jesse Williams, Alyssa Roberts, and Aaron McGuire. Woodwind captain, Tiffany Hugh, and our brass captain, Will Rubin. Battery captains are Jimmy Gibson, Brandon Messazani. The pit captains are Carolyn Ruckner and Billy Dixon. You may take the field for exhibition. Every Monday evening after practice, the FCA hosts a huddle specifically for the team. All Roswell JV and freshman football players are invited to attend. And welcome to our new sponsor, Big Pie Style Pizzeria, home of the 38 Pizza and the Carnival. Now open at the new location in Roswell. Sky Zone celebration here at Roswell. This is the Sky Zone tank located behind the stadium. Tell them your school and school mascot is receiving your 30-minute complimentary Sky Zone jump pass. First person playing. Roswell touchdown, Bud White,
David. No rush, no rush.
That's the
Yeah, that's what's up.
yeah.
Jeez.
Like,
It's bad.
dude, so every year it's like the lady I'm teamed up. Like I teach her kids, she teaches mine. Like I teach math, science, social studies. The other girl lady teaches reading language arts. So it's like our kids basically switch.
Yeah, I did that in elementary school too.
She was like, hold on. And like they came in last night for like curriculum night, and I was like,
You're like, I'm a married man, I'm a married man, I'm a married man, I'm a married man.
I'm like Blaine,
It's a son of a...
like stay on, just stay on.
When they come back, I'll go up to you. Especially if they're single. It's like, hey baby, you want me to show you how well I play lacrosse with my giant stick?
You're like, no, you guys are really skinny and not that bad.
Actually, no, I play with a 6 foot pole. Oh, what's that? What do you mean they're doing I lose the team of us? We make everything
Never give up.
Did you hear when we were playing the city pro when we were waiting
Yeah, I can go home. Oh, well, he's down there. No.
didn't see him. I went through. You got it.
Welcome back to the second half of our contest today. Roswell leading Centennial 28-10 at the half, Adam. We got a great second half ahead of us, and time to close this game out.
Pretty much, and the keys for the second half, keep doing everything we're doing.
Exactly.
I have no criticism of how we're playing. We're playing good, fundamental football. We're playing Roswell football, and I love that. I love seeing us play so well.
This is the football that takes you to the state playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, and starts here tonight with the first game. We're going to have a great second half ahead of us. Stay tuned.
Let's get it back on, baby. What I also love about Roswell football is we got a great playlist of music.
I was about to say, yeah, the tunes have been beefed up a little bit this season. Again, class of 15.
Dude, we bring it hard.
What is the saying you guys say? Is it what, turn up?
Yeah, something like that. No, it's turned down for what, I think.
What about turn down for why?
Turn down for what?
Or turn down for how?
Turn down for how?
Centennial returning the kick, getting a lot of yardage off that kick return in deep into their own territory, though, going towards Roswell territory. Ball be spotted at the 41.
Good tackle by the kicker, Ben Hogan, to bring him down and save a touchdown. Great job by Ben.
Hey, Hogan knows best.
Ah! Hogan Tiros. I messed it up. I'm ashamed. So we have an explanation of why the RHS was spelled backward. The poor lady dropped her flag.
Oh, man. I hope that wasn't Senior President Matty Rubio.
No, it was not.
Oh, thank God.
I'd never let her live it down.
Yeah, a lot of us wouldn't let her live it down.
But what a sack by Roswell.
It can be a brutal crowd here.
A swarm of white helmets to the ball, taking him down in the backfield for a nice 2-yard loss. Of course, with the forward progress, he gets to where he was, but they drove him back, and they drove him back hard.
So second and 11. Abel's pass is tipped at the line, incomplete. Cameron Whiteman did a good, not Cameron Whiteman. I'm sorry. Mitch Stone did a great job of pushing the offensive lineman out of the play.
And get his big paw up to, knock the ball in the air. Do an old-fashioned elastic tip drill. Fortunately, Roswell didn't come up with it, but still, a good job. Another one of those happens. I think your boy Sam Van Eed might fall under it and take it back to the house.
Deep pass. Oh, almost intercepted. Just a little bit overthrow of safety. So 4th and 11 coming up now for the Knights, and we're gonna send it down to Alex on the sideline, third man of the party. Alex, what you got?
Trey Lamar is a player I was eager to see here tonight. Looking at him on defense, he is a 4-star athlete, ranked 87th in the country, 7th at his position, and according to Rivals.com, he's a complete linebacker. When he drops into coverage, he can get interceptions, he can sack the quarterback like Jarvis Jones, he can blow up the downhill run game. He is a complete linebacker. He is the best player on this Hornet football team. Back up to you, Dave.
Thanks again, Alex. The Centennial punt was not fielded by anybody except Centennial, where they spotted it at the 30-yard line. So Roswell takes over at their own 30.
Took a nice Roswell bounce, though. Gave us an extra few yards.
Sheldon, speaking of bounces, is bouncing outside, gets to the 35, up to the 40, still taking people with him, to the 42, where he'll be shoved out of bounds with 10:42 left to play in the third quarter. So Centennial gets the ball, 3 down and out. Roswell gets the ball, got to score.
As Boomer said it, he's a rumbling, bumbling back. Sheldon Evans breaking 3 tackles on the play, gets Roswell the first down. That play almost looked like it was stopped for no gain. Instead, Sheldon keeps his feet moving, and we got a first down.
Give him Machine on the sweep. Machine doing well on the sweep, spinning, juking, jiving, getting right up for a first down into Centennial territory. And ball we spotted now at the 48, moving that ball, moving the chains. 2 plays, 2 first downs.
Great job by Machine to realize that the outside wasn't there and do a spin move, or as I like to call it, a roll dodge in lacrosse. Gets a nice spin move inside and once again pushes the Centennial defenders back and gets the first down.
Yeah, Centennial shot through the gaps there on that offensive line on a blitz. Dropped Sheldon for no gain on the play, brings up 2nd and 10.
And that's the only way that Centennial's been able to stop Roswell's running game. They're blitzing everybody. So I look to see maybe a play action pass, or maybe just go straight to a pass and see if they keep blitzing. Here comes the blitz again.
Bring a blitz. James with the fake, rolls out, complete pass over the middle at the 40. Breaks 1 tackle, but will be short of the first down. Flags fly in. Complete pass to Machine.
Great job by James. Rolling out, finding the open receiver. Found Machine downfield. And a little bit of yellow handkerchief at the end of the field play. I got a feeling that's a face mask on Centennial. Come on, let me be right once. Illegal hands to the face.
Close.
Okay, that's the same.
I
get credit.
That's as close as you can get without it being a face mask.
Pretty much.
So Roswell gets the automatic first down after the penalty. 9:36 left to play. Roswell driving. Give up to Sheldon. Sheldon fighting for yards. He breaks 3. Oh, the ref took him down.
Hey.
Down at the 24-yard line.
And great tackle by the ref. I'll give him that. That was a good tackle. Even
the ref's still down. Hopefully he's all right.
He looks all right.
Oh, yeah, he's getting up. That's good.
The zebra was wounded by the lion. Anyway, so great run by Sheldon, breaking off the whippy tacklers, knocking over the referee in the process. And, hey, he got a first down. If the referee doesn't get in the way, we have a touchdown. But I'll take a first down. First down's nice.
First down's good any day of the week. 1st and 10 at the 28 for the Hornets. Whitaker out of the pistol. Give up to Sheldon. Sheldon gets rid of 1 tackler, gets rid of a second one, but is taken down at the 20-yard line.
Once again, a great run by Sheldon. Breaks the tackles, gets upfield, gets 4 yards. As my old football coach Roy Hageman used to say, we get 4 yards on every play, we eventually score.
2nd and 6 at the 20. Whitaker has to roll. Oh, gets rid of 2 tacklers. Almost gets rid of a 3rd. Sacked from behind. That rollout put 2 Centennial Knights on their legs on the ground.
That was pretty impressive by James to break those 2. Unfortunately, couldn't do the trifecta and break the 3rd tackle, but still, he's got that field awareness and the footwork to break those tackles. And I think he's going to be real successful for Roswell this year.
He spun on a dime, too.
Yes, he did.
Like, that wasn't a 20-yard loop.
There wasn't a defensive spin.
That was a spin on a dime.
Real quick.
Centennial brings a blitz, picked up perfectly by the offensive line. Pass was tipped at the line. Looked low, but pass was tipped at the line. Incomplete.
Now we're going to see what Coach
brings
Ford...
up 4th and 6. This is an interesting call here for Ford.
And, at this point, for Roswell, especially with Demetrius is a good kicker, might be a little bit out of his range as we are in the dead zone. But with a 28-10 lead, why not let him kick it?
Well, they're sending in the horses. They're sending in Machine, Whitaker, Evans.
They're going to go for it. 4th and 13. We're going for it. I like this call.
All cards on the table. They're going all in.
I like this call. When you're in the dead zone, any call's the right call.
Whitaker to the end zone. And he falls back. An interception is dropped in the end zone. I believe the wide receiver trip ran into the defender's legs.
And
I like the shot, though. Great shot to the end zone.
You know, you got to lead. Why not take a shot, maybe get some momentum on your side, especially on a 4th and 13?
Had he not tripped, that would have been a great play in the end zone.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see. And, you know, give Centennial credit where it's due. That's a great job of not picking off that ball. You pick off that ball, you start at the 20. They actually got an extra 6 yards by not picking off that ball. That's why you're taught in prevent to, hey, you know, they've got to chuck it downfield. It's 4th down. Just knock the ball down.
I saw the flags that we were running around were on the struggle street a little bit.
Struggle street.
But that R held up by Senior President Maddie Rubio was standing strong.
She's not Senior President this year.
Yeah, she is.
That's not what I heard.
She's a family friend. That's what she told me.
Oh, Thomas Morse, Senior Class President.
I thought they're co-presidents.
They could be co-president.
All right.
I could be wrong.
As we debate Maddie's status of politics at Roswell, we're going to send it down to Alex on the sideline, third member of our party. Actually, we're going to have this play first. They give up to Caden Herring, on the play for a couple yards. Now we're going to send it down to Alex on the sideline, third man at the party. Alex, what you got?
I was centering myself, my bad. This is a totally different offense that Coach Ford has put together this year. He seems a lot calmer in year 2, just giving instructions calmly to James Whitaker to go out there and execute plays. Even though that last play fell up short, they're making shots downfield. They're becoming more aggressive because they have the athletes to do it this year. And that's all I got. Back up to you, Dave.
Thanks, Alex. Got an injured Roswell player on the field. Trying to figure out who it is.
Trainer's doing a good job swarming him. Oh, no.
Sam Van
Oh, no. You know he was actually my neighbor at one point before he moved?
Well, he's walking out on his own power.
Good,
So.
good. He might just got the wind knocked out.
I hope so. I hope that's the least of the worries right now.
You know, you don't want this to be a bittersweet loss to where you lose a key player to injury when you have a lead as big as Roswell does.
Now, the cool thing about Sam Van Eed is he's from the Netherlands.
Yes, he is.
He's a originally native-born Dutchman.
Call him the Flying Dutchman at Roswell.
I'm about to say he flies on this field, so rightfully so. Abel's pass, almost intercepted by Simons, and incomplete pass, a little too hard of a throw.
And he heard footsteps coming from number 4, Scott Simons, and you know
Simons let him know he was there.
And give him a nice little love tap there.
Make sure he didn't catch the ball. All right, this will bring up a third and pretty close, not 5, so 3rd and 4. They're going to get us on a 5-yard penalty, so that'll give Centennial a first down. Ball be spotted at the 50-yard line, right at midfield.
What was the call? I was looking at stats.
Encroachment.
Yes, thank you to the referee up here.
Give right side to looks like Martinez. Gains of about 8 yards.
And you know what? That's good job by Roswell to push the guy outside. Didn't get that many yards. He only got 4 on the play. But yeah, 4 yards in every play you get a first, will eventually score. But it's still a good job of swarm tackling on the sideline. Here he comes.
About to say, Herring doesn't have anywhere to go, but a flag falls on the field.
This could be an interesting call.
This will be interesting to see because I didn't necessarily see face mask. Maybe holding.
I'm hoping
because they tried to set up the screen outside.
Maybe little illegal hands to the face, something. But it didn't look like a face mask was thrown.
Yeah, I think Ford knows it's against.
We have an illegal block in the back on Centennial.
Never mind.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
Never mind. I thought Ford had the. Yeah, it's against us look. Apparently he had the. All right, I got to decide which one I'm going to take. Do I want to accept or decline?
Ford had the what we call the Ford stop. He just starts stomping in anger, and then he went, okay.
So 6:27 left to play. Third quarter. Score still 28-10. We decline the penalty, brings up third and 10 at the 45.
Good.
Or no, at the 50, excuse me.
Good.
Still at midfield.
Good decision to decline that.
Oh! Eludes one tackler but cannot get past two men as he'll be taken down. Swarm tackling again. I love this linebacking core, and I love this front four, front three we have with Boyd, Wilson, Stone, and Hopper, and then you got Van Eed and Lamar clogging up that middle at linebacker.
And here's the thing about this year's Roswell defense, is you may get away from one tackle, but there's a whole other swarm of Hornets coming at you. Great job by Roswell, getting him in the backfield, and now forcing Centennial into a punting situation. Centennial had second and 1. The penalty knocked them back. Another penalty knocked them back, and now they have to. And then after a sack, now they have to punt with a very dangerous return man.
You know what I'd like to see, at least in the fourth quarter? I think if we score one more time, if we get one more score in the third quarter, timeout. First, the indication on the field is timeout on Centennial. But I'll say this: if we get one more score in this third quarter on this drive, I want to see Davis Kelly.
I do too.
I want to see. Not a lot of people went down to Valdosta last weekend for the Lowndes game. But apparently Davis got some playing time down there, which was good. Roswell was only losing 14-0 going into halftime,
which was
played great defense first half.
Yes.
To be down 14-0 to what are they, 18th ranked team, 16th in the state. We'll find that out.
And I think they've won over 1,000 state championships probably in their lifetime.
Yeah, preseason. I believe they were preseason number 6 in the state. To only be down 14-0 at half, that's great. And Roswell lost 37-14, but still got a lot of playing time from some people. Penalties were an issue, but we still showed up to play. We still gave them a fight. We gave them more of a bargain than Lowndes thought. We went down to Valdosta in the sweltering heat, showed up to play. It was on that. I want to see some more juniors, especially Davis Kelly.
It was like the 2009 Western Kentucky versus LSU game, to where LSU came and kind of popped him in the mouth a little bit.
Great comparison. No, I love it.
That's all I can think about.
You see, what I thought what was going to happen, being the optimistic Roswell fan, it was going to be kind of like App State, Michigan, Jacksonville State, Ole Miss, go into a big hostile environment. The big house at Michigan, SEC at Ole Miss.
Georgia Southern Florida.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Adam, I got a question for you. How many batteries, or what type of battery do they use to power the lights in the swamp?
I have no idea, David. What?
They use one battery, one AA.
You crack me up at not funny jokes.
One AA battery.
One AA battery. That's hysterical. So now what do they use? Just one A battery?
They're going to use, hopefully this year, sadly, they're probably going to use just a big D volt, because that might be the grade of their team. Playing this
D-volt. Is there an F volt?
There might be a G volt, and they may come close to that.
It's a great day when Florida loses. Nobody likes Florida. Even Florida fans don't like Florida. They may say they like Florida, but they don't.
So, no gain on the play for the Hornets, brings up 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11. Roswell still deep inside their own territory at the 9. Just under 4:45 left to play in this third quarter. Still got all the starters out there.
I think we'll start, if we score on this drive, I think we'll start seeing backups fourth quarter.
I was about to say, this one looks like we'll start probably be seeing Davis fourth quarter. Wide open on the sideline. Oh! Had a man running with him, but he had a man right on his back,
too. Good defense. Number 3.
They closed quickly on that.
They did. Number 3, I lost my roster sheet. Number 3 for Centennial, his name is now Bob. Oh, wait, no, I have another one right here. Number 3, Coleman.
Coleman.
Is it Jordan Coleman?
Yeah, Jordan Coleman.
Jordan Coleman, he did a really good job of, as soon as the ball was in reach, he stuck his hand up there to, knock it away, and Reggie White couldn't do anything about it. It was a good route, good throw by James. It was just really good defense by Jordan Coleman. The last names are Fur.
Whitaker going to take it himself. He's at the 20. Spins, gets by another guy.
He got the first down.
Taken down, inbounds actually.
Throw me the money.
Right about the 25-yard line. That's a first down.
Throw me the money signs, Jamesy. Throw me the money signs.
Just don't throw what Manziel threw at Washington the other night.
Whoa, bro, whoa. I don't like him either.
So James Whitaker scrambling.
I'm
Not necessarily for his life, but for a first down.
Speaking of Johnny Manziel, if I had a nickel for every time Brett Musburger mentioned Johnny Manziel versus Texas A&M and South
We
Carolina,
could fully fund a new studio.
probably. I could probably pay for college.
About to say, speaking of college, I heard through the grapevine, a.k.a. you texted me, that you were accepted into the Oklahoma State University for fall admission for fall of 2006 or fall of 2015. So, my friend, you are going to be a Cowboy.
I am going to be a
I
Cowboy.
am darn proud of you, man.
Thank
You're going
you.
Big 12. Well, Big 10 if you know two French calls.
Big 10, hey, you got two teams? Well, actually, the Big 12 is actually... I'll talk about this after we go to this replay of this great Roswell play.
Looking for a replay on this.
We
There we go.
got the replay. Here you can see, good read, good throw, and just sat there. He sat there. He waited until the ball got to him. Once the ball got to him, he got upfield. Now, back to the Big 12. We actually...
Sheldon Evans on the carry, by the way, just for about 2 yards. Continue with the Big 12.
The Big 12 is actually, I believe, knock on wood, is adding Cincinnati University and the University of Central Florida next year. So the Big 12's new slogan, geography, we don't understand. And the divisions are going to be called Walker and Texas Rangers.
Yes.
Walkers and Texas Rangers.
Or that, or their slogan will be Globes, we don't own any.
I also created an NCAA 14, Ranchers and Rangers.
Ranchers and Rangers I like, but my favorite's the Walkers and the Texas
course
Rangers
it
for the
is.
divisions. Obviously, you put all the Texas team in the Texas Rangers. We're going to go down again to Alex on the sidelines, third member of the party. Alex, what you got?
Stop is made by number 75, Jimmy Bolton. Also in on the tackle.
Sam Van Wee, the linebacker who just got injured when the defense was out on the field, is actually fine. He just had a stinger to his neck. The doctor took off his pads, put extra layer of pads on there. He should be out there on the next series. That's all I got. Back up to you, Dave.
Go!
There we go.
He's
That is
Sheldon
my man.
Evans.
Sheldon Evans breaking tackles. They had him dead away in traffic, and he just flew by two men going right down the sideline.
Rumbling, bumbling, back.
Stumbling and not fumbling and getting down to the goal line.
Whatever else rhymes with dumbling, what a play.
That's not Sheldon.
That's not Sheldon. George, I can't even say his last name.
I don't even have him on my roster.
George Aracelu?
Oh, Aracelu.
Aracelu.
George Aracelu, number 24, running like no Sean Marino down there.
We apologize to the men behind us who I think know the young man. What a play.
Aracelu had an older brother that came through Roswell a couple
Yeah, he
years
did.
ago.
That's right. But just broke one tackle, two tackles, three tackles, four tackles. You can't bring him down. We go from the Fantastic Four to the Fantastic Five. What a play.
We gotta rename our superhero group here for our backfield.
What are we gonna go next to? The Dynamic 10?
I was gonna go with the
Terrific
Sainted 6.
Sainted 6.
All right, but if we stay with 5, we could be the Funky Fresh 5.
Funky Fresh 5. I like that.
Wow, what a run. 52
The
yards.
Flying 5.
You need 8 yards, get 52. Frying 5, I could see that.
Frying 5? It's a nice tongue twister. I thought he was about to score, though.
Early on when I was breaking up, when I wasn't saying much, I was kind of breaking up on here, I had one of my players right in front of me joking with me. One of our fullback in our offense. Great kid. Cole Hauser taught him last year. Funniest kid. Always gives me with a good Simpsons line every day.
Nice.
He'd come into class. What's going on there, neighborino?
Well, howdy, neighbor.
Whitaker looking to the sidelines for the call.
Big house formation in right now.
Power set out of the pistol.
Boom.
Give up to Aracelu. Aracelu. Close.
There's no way. He
Close.
got in. Touchdown.
Bueller, touchdown. There we go. Now we're going to see the depth, hopefully at quarterback, because now we've seen it at running back. We've run 3 different backs tonight, ladies and gentlemen, all of which have done great for the Hornets.
And you know what? That's a great problem to have, David. If you have that many backs, who can get the job done. Knock on wood, I hope this doesn't happen, but let's say if we have some running back go down, just keep him coming. It's like Georgia. I don't know where you guys get your running backs from, but I want a couple.
Marshall and Gurley both came from North Carolina, so.
Oh, got it, Rob. We're going to start going to North Carolina right now.
Yeah, they're from Millbrook or Tarboro and then Millbrook, respectively.
Well, let's be honest here. Auburn gets their players from Georgia.
Yep.
Or Florida.
Or Mississippi State.
Or Mississippi State. Or if it SEC teams.
Basically, if you get kicked out of an SEC school, Auburn's recruiting you and posting your bail.
Hey, we'll take them. We turn convicts into gentlemen.
Just win, baby.
we turn convicts into gentlemen and SEC championship
I don't know about gentlemen. That's kind of a push, but
and national champions.
We turn convicts into champions. I'll give you that one.
And Heisman Trophy winners.
I will give you that too.
Thank you.
But hey, I always got to say this.
And illiterate quarterbacks.
Could be worse. Could be South Carolina's defense last night.
Good. Oh my gosh.
Kenny Hill. No one's never heard of you.
That guy was good.
Okay, so just throw for over 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, and just make. I'll just say this. I'll be the first to say, Manziel was just a part of A&M's offense. Nothing more, nothing less. He just happened to get the ball every play. There, I said it.
Kenny. They were already talking like, oh, Kenny football. I'm like, stop it. Knock it off right now. We are not starting.
Kenzie football or?
No, it's Kenny football.
Oh, jeez. Roswell, shallow kick. Fielded at the 15.
Good swarm.
Good
swarm.
Got their only man that's returning punts for them, Caden Herring, gets about 3 yards on that, or about 8 yards on there to about the 28-yard line.
Scott Simons in for the tackle for the Hornets. He's all over the field tonight.
For his safety, he is racking up the tackles tonight, that's for sure. We should play a game and set up a Twitter account or a Snapchat Snapchat account.
Come on, you're not that far out.
For us, and see how many people don't follow us.
Yeah, we'd probably have like -2.
There would be people requesting not to follow us. We'd be blocked.
Yes, we don't like not to follow these people. Excuse me. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, I don't want to follow them. Just go ahead and give them a negative.
All right, well, we're gonna send it down to Alex now on the sidelines. Alex, third member of the party again, man. What you got?
That last touchdown run by George Arislou, that was a great example of putting 7 helmets on 7 helmets. That's why they had 2 fullbacks in there in the game. Then he just took it on a drag route on the B gap into the end zone. That's great vision. Great blocking up front, especially when you put 7 helmets on 7 helmets. Great call by the coaching staff. That's all I got. Back up to you, Dave.
20 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Clock stopped at 17 seconds left, excuse me. Roswell up 35-10, 25-point lead, putting this game away. A lot of the fans are now starting to leave, clearing out the parking. It's a good sign. This will probably be another good win for the Hornets, barring an absolute deafening miracle.
Fans getting the I believe that we will win chant picked off.
Great interception. That is the Hornets ball. Sam DiRoberto, number 31, the sophomore, coming up with the great pick, just stealing one out of the air.
Good. I mean, that's good. We're getting these younger players in. I mean, it is youth night. We might as well.
Yeah, I'm about to say, get experience from the youth.
Fans getting the I believe that we will win chant going. I believe that we will win, and I am very upset that I cannot do that cheer because that's like my favorite cheer.
James Whitaker, most likely going to close out the third quarter and this drive. Whitaker gives up to Mashane on a sweep. Shane gets about 3 yards. That'll be the end of the third quarter. So we're going to go into the fourth and final quarter up by 25 points over the Centennial Knights, 35-10. Now, they just had the I believe that we will win chant. I might be starting the I want to see Davis Kelly chant.
Davis.
Hey, Rudy was offsides.
Rudy was offsides. If you look back at the footage, he was clearly offsides.
When you look at Notre Dame footage from that back then, he was offsides.
Notre Dame. Notre Dame. You've been saying it wrong this
Notre
entire
Dame?
No, Dame.
Shame?
I think you're doing this on purpose now.
Oh, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. You've been saying it wrong this entire time.
All I gotta say is they're not relevant. They're still not relevant. ESPN loves them. They want to make them relevant. Playing in Ireland will not help.
No, it's
playing
UCF and Penn State.
Playing their rivalry game with,
Rice.
They're
playing Rice.
Navy, Holy Cow, Holy Christian School. I mean, whoever they play up there.
Holy Innocents.
Purdue is not a rivalry. I'll just be honest. Purdue Notre Dame is not the rivalry of the week. Not the rivalry of the year. Not the rivalry of any time.
You know what? I feel like the rivalry.
This is a bigger rivalry.
This is a bigger rivalry.
Notre Dame and Purdue, that's for sure.
Rivalry of the week is this rivalry. I wonder what Milton's doing right now.
I would guess with how they've been playing in recent history, probably winning. Sadly.
I hope they're losing.
I wishful thinking, hope they're losing. Reality, I think they're winning. Oh, tried to pull the one-handed Randy Moss catch around the back. Didn't happen. So this will bring up a 3rd and 6.
Here's what happened on that play. Machine was right side to James. James snaps the ball and he basically does what we call not a curl route. He does a button hook down the field. Basically takes off down the sideline. James threw him the ball before he was looking. It was a beautiful play. Well called. Great call. He's just got to be looking for the ball so that he can catch that and break it for 6. Because if he looks and catches the ball, it's gone. Nobody catches it.
Timing route that just timing for the wide receiver was a little off. Blitz coming. James gets rid of the ball. Oh, Centennial tried to get the pick, but they slipped on the play. So Roswell will have the ball 4th and 6 at their own 39 with 11:43 left to play in the game.
And it looks like
it's still up 35-10.
Looks like the punt team's going to head out to the field. Now, Sam Van Eat is not back to punt. That looks like number 90. Sam could be done for the day.
Interesting. Well, Sam wasn't punting earlier, though.
Yeah, it was.
I thought it was.
Oh, Demetrius Kasharis is taking the punts right now.
That's what I thought. I didn't see Sam warming up with the kickers
I
today.
could have been mistaken. I thought I saw Sam punting the ball during warm-ups.
Now, Kasharis is a big kid. He doesn't look like it, but that kid for a punter, he's pretty big. Some of your punters are usually pretty small guys, around 5'11", 6'4".
What a punt!
This kid's about 6'3".
Ball's going to be down at the 2.
So Roswell in great position for the safety to put this game even more out of reach.
Now,
so ball will be spotted. They will mark it at the 2. So Centennial takes over at their own 2-yard line, 1st and 10.
This
deep in their own territory.
If I am Roswell, we have got a lead. Bring the house. Put 10 men in the box, load it up, and send them.
I mean, because I guarantee you they're probably not going to be out of the I formation. They're probably going to be in the gun anyway, which means they'll be lining. The quarterback's going to be standing in the end zone pre-snap as it is.
Load up the box, load up the line, go after this ball. They're still in a shotgun. They're coming. There's the blitz.
They drawed up perfectly. They ran a good draw.
Good.
That's a safe play. Most likely, obviously, won't lose you yards 90% of the time. Gets them out of the end zone. And now Centennial can run their offense and give Roswell the ball back.
Because he
got to see the positive out of that.
See this? Had he kept that ball, he would have been sacked.
Now I'll say this. That's also, but the good thing for Roswell defense is that's something Ford looks at on video, takes it back to practice, and they work on that in practice this week.
So that when it happens at next week's game versus Walton away.
No, that in 2 weeks. We got
2 weeks. We got a bye week. 2 weeks in Walton, we can get the safety on that.
Now, Walton is another good team coming in. Their preseason state ranking is 18th.
But we have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Knights. That's going to back them up 10 yards.
Let me read this off to you, Adam. This is our schedule. Roswell ranked preseason in the state 40th.
Good, that's good.
Start out at Lowndes. Lowndes is ranked 6th. Then we go to Centennial, 49th. All right, they're behind us. Walton is now, we go have a bye week, go on the road at Walton over in Marietta, ranked 18th. Go on the road again to the arch rival, longtime nemesis, the hated Eagles of Milton, ranked 26th. Then we come back home, have another bye week, come back home, pink out night against Wheeler. They're ranked 39th. Then we go to Pope. Yes, at Pope, preseason ranked 54th. Then we come back to Ray Manus, preseason ranked against Woodstock, 35th. Then we have Cherokee ranked 45th at home again. Then we go on the road, a last road game of the season at Etowah, ranked 29th. And then come home against Laster for senior night. They're ranked 17th. We have the SEC schedule this year.
Yeah, no kidding.
We have the gauntlet. We have the LSU, the Auburn, the Georgia schedule this year. We have, I'll just say it easily, we got Murderers Row.
Yeah, pretty much.
Auburn has Murderers Row this season. Georgia's got it.
Let's not talk about that.
We're playing in the SEC this year at Roswell.
Interesting note about that Pope game. That is what their annual Matt Hobby game. For most of our viewers, oh boy. Oh, he dropped it. Good. Anyway, for most of our viewers that after this replay, I will explain what the Matt Hobby game is and how much it means. It's actually a good throw. He had him open, but it's a good job by Marcelino to get over there. He sees that guy coming, forcing the drop pass. Very nice job by Marcelino. Now, back to the Matt Hobby game. Matt Hobby was a senior a while back, died of a rare cancer. And so every year they do the Matt Hobby game, and they're actually selling the T-shirts at Roswell. I encourage every Roswell student to buy a Matt Hobby T-shirt because it's not a Pope thing. It's not to support Pope. It's to fight against childhood cancer. So I encourage everybody to buy a Matt Hobby T-shirt.
It's a great cause.
It really is. The story. It's a tearjerker. I cried when I was told it.
It's just like the original ALS Ice Bucket Challenge story coming out of Boston for a guy that I've known just as a Red Sox fan as Pete Frady. So heartwarming story that is for a very good cause. So I agree, Adam. That's a great cause.
I hope everybody buys one of those shirts because once again, it's not a Pope thing. You know, we're not going to be supporting Pope by doing it. We're going to be supporting the hopeful findings of a cure for childhood cancer.
And Pope is a friendly team.
Oh, absolutely.
That's no bad blood. It's not Milton.
Because
it's not
because
it's good blood, not Centennial.
You know, they just moved up regions. You know, they're just getting their feet wet in the SEC known as 6A.
Fumble on the play,
and Roswell's got it.
Roswell's ball. I'm going to try to see who came up with that ball, but the play before they got him in that position was a deep pass to Malik Muhammad at about midfield.
Trey Baker.
Trey Baker.
92, a sophomore, getting some action.
So I was about to say, guess who's in the game now? Quarterback, my man, Davis Kelly.
Davis.
Your quarterback.
Yes. I mean, with a 35-10 lead with 9:28 left, let the kid get some work.
Davis is a good story. Used to live in Alpharetta, moved to Roswell. Great family. Has a little brother played on my baseball team this past spring. I like what he does. He's got great size, obviously great strength and great power for a 6-yard gain on that play. Davis Kelly, again, great family. Very deep into Roswell, very deep in the community. Great player. I'm glad he's getting playing time at quarterback.
We have an injured player on the field. He looks like he's in pain. He's reaching for his knee. That's Jared Lyons, I believe. Can't exactly make out a number. I have old eyes.
You have old eyes?
Yeah, something like that. I just stare at the pretty colors and hope that it makes sense.
So, you know, the only thing I'm surprised about tonight is we didn't throw it to Hunter as much as we did. We had the close touchdown there on the goal line in the Hornets end zone, but I'm surprised we really didn't throw it to Hunter as much. I guess being the senior and having pretty good standout season last year as just a junior, it looked as though he was double covered a lot.
Yeah.
And when they put Machine in motion, they picked up on him too.
When you get double covered, you know, you kind of, we have 2 players down.
Well, yeah, this field is quiet right now.
Like
Senior section silent.
The player to your right was grabbing his knee, and it looked like he was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, he was pretty frustrated on that.
I don't know what happened to the player on the left. I can't really tell from the look of it, but you know, I hope they're both okay. This would be a bittersweet win. It'd be like Friday Night Lights losing Booby Miles. You want to win? Put Booby in. Come on, coach, let me spin. This would be devastating to lose these two key players.
It would also be like if the Flint Tropics lost Jackie Moon.
Well, both of them got up at the same time. Both of them, unfortunately, not going to be able to walk under their own power.
Yeah, they're both having assistance from the trainers and some of the coaches.
Looks like number 50.
He might have gotten the wind knocked out of him really hard. Or shot in the leg really hard.
Yeah, number 50, Lamont Titus, the center, starting center, shaking up on the play. And that looks like number 55, David Blaine.
David Blaine using the assistance of two trainers. And that's not good. He's a starter, big senior left tackle.
But if you look at your screen, you'll see he was able to put weight on both legs. While he was being helped off the field under his power, that's still a great sign that he's able to put weight. If he was being carried off on a stretcher, different story. As our principal tries to tell us something on our sideline camera, we have no idea what he just said. We don't have audio up here.
So here we go. Kelly going to work out of the gun. Actually, he's going to take a timeout.
Good
First timeout of the half. Yeah.
Good timeout. That's a good timeout. You just
give you some time to recoup, especially after two injuries. Make sure you have the right personnel in there.
Absolutely.
Smart call.
Good
smart call by Kelly. It looked like he had to audible to a different play, but still, good call for the junior. So 8:55 left to play in the fourth quarter. We got a score still 35-10 Roswell. Ball, when we come back, will be 2nd and 6 at the 44. Davis Kelly's your new quarterback. This is his first drive. First play, took it up for 4 yards, right up the middle. Great run. And I tell you again, Davis Kelly's has great size. Roswell's quarterbacks the past couple of years have been a little bit smaller for technically a quarterback. They've been able to deliver. They've been able to pass really well. But Davis is the first quarterback that's over 6'2".
Yes.
He's about 6'3", but in cleats he looks about 6'4", 6'5". Kind of like a Brock Osweiler type of guy who can see down the field very well and see over his linemen very well too. So Davis Kelly, junior quarterback in the game. Man in motion, high snap. Davis fighting for it. Who fell on it? Looks like Roswell maintained possession.
Nope, Centennial
recovered. Wasn't able to get in front of it. New center, high snap.
It's just a high snap. You know, things got to be. Things have to be fixed. That's one thing that have to be fixed. You know, young starters, they'll get it. They'll get it.
Yeah, when you lose Lamo Titus and David Blaine on the same play, there's going to be a little miscommunication, little jitters coming in, especially your center. So with 8:30 left to play, Centennial will take over 1st and 10 at the Hornet 48, excuse me.
I think that's going to be encroachment on Roswell. Yep.
Yeah, somebody.
We had a player jump, but you know why I'm okay with that encroachment? Because you were trying to, make it. We're trying to force an offsides by Centennial. And I like the idea of getting close up on the line, especially with the bigger score, trying to make them make mistakes. I'm okay with that penalty.
So the encroachment penalty makes Centennial now 1st and 5 at Roswell's 48. Or no, Roswell's looks to be about the 43-yard line. Just outside of that 43, close to the 44-yard line.
There's some commotion going on. I think we're having a problem with the clock.
Yeah, they just have to reset. They've reset it to 8:31. So, all right, here we go. 1st and 5. Abel's pass. Quick pass. Broken up easily.
41, Tyrone Hopper playing that linebacker position right now. Watch him. Okay, he backpedals, steps forward. Great job of getting his hand in there. Didn't try to do too much with it. Didn't try to pick the ball up. Just got in there and swatted.
Abel fumbled. Oh, and he fumbled it. He Jeff Driscolled the ball, and the running back picks it up. Oh, Martinez is in the right place at the right time.
That was funny.
He Jeff Driscolled the ball.
Jeff Driscolled it. I can't believe that. He tried to throw it, and he forgot the ball.
He's trying to look like he was throwing a baseball out there and just dropped it behind him. Missed pitch.
Hey, we're finally getting some recognition. Our broadcast is on the Matrix board here at Roswell right now.
Just under 7:55 left to play in the game.
I like it.
Centennial takes it 3rd and long at their 45.
3rd in Oklahoma.
Oh, he had a man on a deep inside slant. Ball was tipped at the line. Incomplete. Intended for Marcus Beck. Big 85. Wide open, too.
Great job by the Hornet defense.
He wouldn't have gotten the first down.
He wouldn't have gotten the first down, but it's a good job to tip it to force a better punt. And, we got the young bloods in there right now. It's youth night, so we're getting the youth guys some practice right now, and I like that.
Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl. Can't hold anything back.
Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl. The trophy's 12 feet high.
If you show up, I'm going to wrestle a bear.
Wait, Jackie, you actually going to wrestle a bear? If you are a small children, sneak into your mom's house, grab $5 out of her wallet, and get down to Flint Fairgrounds. Flint, where I will wrestle a bear.
What Adam just said, do not do.
Don't actually do, kids.
Because Flint, Michigan is about 1,300 miles away.
Stealing is wrong.
So
unless you don't get caught.
With 7:31 left in the game, Roswell will take over 1st and 10 at their own 15. Still leading 35-10. And again, we're going to have the Davis Kelly show on.
Very good. And I think our fans, what's left of them, need to start the warm the buses chant. Centennial's going to have a long bus ride home.
Or the I believe we have won this game chant.
I believe that it is over. I believe that it is over.
Now, football season kicked off on Wednesday night. Georgia State, monster win over Abilene Christian.
Woo!
But really kicked off last night with a huge upset in the top 25 of A&M. Texas A&M taking it to South Carolina, hanging up 52 points on the old ball coach in Columbia. And tonight we got high school ball, Friday night lights. And tomorrow, Saturday, kicks off college football as well. And Davis Kelly's showing he wants to play some college ball by powering his way through.
I like
He's yet to throw the ball.
Good.
But he can take a hit.
Power quarterback.
Kid can
I
run.
like it. I like it.
So this will bring up a 3rd down. And James comes back in the game. Davis Kelly, I think, took a hit a little too hard. May have got the wind knocked out of him.
Or maybe we want to try to throw the ball.
So James does throw out of the backfield. And only gains about 4 or 5 yards on the play. I'm going to start the Let Davis Throw chant.
The Let Davis Throw chant.
So, all right, with the change on 4th down to the punting team, we're going to send it down to Alex on the sidelines. 3rd man of the party. Alex, what you got?
David Blaine was the player that got injured on that play that stopped play here at Ray Manis Stadium for about 5 to 7 minutes. He got rolled up on him. That means somebody took out his leg and just laid him flat on the ground. He had need assistance walking out. Actually, Coach Ford helped him off the field. It's a sad sight to see. I don't think we're going to see this guy for a while. It's just really sad to see a player go down like that. He was crying on the sidelines. His family was there to console him. That's all I have about this story. Back up to you, Dave.
All right, with 5:34 left to play, Centennial will take over 1st and 10 at their own 47. Roswell defense going with the young guns right now, getting in some playing time, holding their own so far.
Good, and that's good. You want to see that from your young guys. You want to see that from the future, to be able to come in and in a tense situation. I know we have a huge lead, but to do this and to do it well is very good sign from the Roswell Hornets.
I saw we were lined up in the neutral zone, no call by the ref, but Martinez runs backwards by Roswell Hornet defender, shoving him that way.
What you talking about with us? We weren't in the neutral zone. The ref didn't throw it.
True story.
Anyway, good job by the Roswell Hornets. Gang tackling him up in the backfield. Running back had nowhere to go. It's that raw strength that Roswell has on the defensive line.
You know, we didn't bring this up earlier. Well, we did talk about your ring that you have. I also have a new ring.
Oh, yes.
Since last I am married. I'm a married man. Sorry, ladies. I'm off the chopping block.
They didn't want you anyway. It's okay.
I was on there for a couple. I was on there for a couple of them.
Couple of them?
But I'll say this. All we need to do is get Alex down there on the sideline to get Coach Phillips' Super Bowl ring from the Buccaneers.
Ooh.
And then we all got some pretty good rings on our hands.
Mine's better.
No pun intended.
Mine's better, though.
I would probably go with Jermaine's, maybe a little
Roswell
bit better.
Lacrosse Championship.
But I think mine's
Super
the best.
Bowl.
Wide open and dropped by the receiver Marcus Beck. That's been the story for Centennial tonight. If you're watching this and a Centennial fan, you're probably punching yourself in the face right now because of all the drop passes. One in the end zone, one wide open in the end zone. Marcus Beck on the sideline right there. Two earlier in the game that could have changed it a little bit.
And that's the difference between, a well-disciplined team and a not well-disciplined team of those plays that you have to make to keep yourself in the ball game. Because if they catch those three wide open passes, it might not be such a big blowout.
And Centennial even emptying their bench a little bit. They're going to their sophomores that we don't even have on the roster.
And we're gonna see right here the good job that Roswell did to basically contain the quarterback and make sure he didn't get much. A good way to avoid the tackle right there, but an even better job of number 45, Leroy Wilson, to get to the quarterback and make sure that he doesn't get a big gain.
Backup quarterback throws a high pass again, dropped though on the sideline again. Drop pass, missed passes.
All sales incomplete. Fourth down and 4.
Well, a lot of Hornets are winning tonight, that's for sure. Still up 35-10 with 3:59 left to play in the game. And Centennial go for it, 4th and 3. They got their backup in there.
They've got nothing to lose. They might as well go for it.
Quarterback was looking at the receiver the whole way. Defense literally shifted his way as they were looking, and they still missed it.
Right.
He had a good pass.
It was a little behind him, though.
Yeah, but he had to. Right. Randy Moss one-handed.
You still need to catch that. So now, if you're Roswell, you've got the ball. You play classy. You play with class, and Roswell is a classy team. And we are going to we're just gonna give them the ball, run the clock out, and let's go home. Let's go home with a nice victory.
I agree. Davis looks, pumps, wide open man right on the inside, takes a cut inside. This is a race that he will get to the 44. I thought he was going to break it. Got a little bit ahead of myself there. Great pass by Davis. Look down a defender. Pump fake right over the middle. Great pass.
And running's overrated. Great pass by Davis Kelly, and a great job of the receiver to hold on to it, bring it down, look upfield, and guess what else he did well? He didn't run east-west. He ran north-south, and he actually got a couple more yards by running north-south. Sheldon Evans. No, it's Aryawa. However you say his name.
Araselu. Run down the sideline, be shoved out deep into Centennial territory. Ford running down the sideline. Loving the play, calling for a penalty, a late hit.
We're going to see the replay right here. Araselu gets great blocking, gets a dodge, stays on his feet. Another good block by the tight end, and just great. Great job by number 24, George Araselu.
Oh, they said he stepped out at the 7. The ball at the 7 with 3:12 left to play. Hey, I'll say this. I'm going to give a shout out to Coach Ford. Apparently he heard me in the box saying, let Davis throw.
Good.
Apparently he heard me. Said, Coach, I appreciate that one down there.
Coach Ford.
Probably not delay a game, probably false start.
Coach Ford was like, David wants it. Do it, Davis.
Yep, legal procedure against the Hornets' early motion. Roswell back him up 5 to the 12-yard line. So this will be 1st and goal at the 12. First and goal, ball spotted at the 12. Davis out of the shotgun, man in motion. Give to Aracelu. Aracelu, ooh, quick, fast legs, bouncing that outside. He's going to get that corner for 6. Aracelu.
That's not Aracelu, that's somebody else. They look like number 17, Gabe Allen.
Was a Hornet touchdown. Great play.
Great reverse, great cut. Number 16, Jakari Harris, the senior, getting some playing time. Great job, great reverse, and I like the little, hey, I'm in.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in!
Kari Harris, my man, coming around the edge. Sorry about that.
His brother started at cornerback today.
Oh, Justice Harris.
Justice Harris.
Yeah, the cornerback, a sophomore, young kid getting a good playing time.
Well, when you've got your 2 cornerbacks injured, you kind of have to go to a sophomore sometimes. But he did well tonight. Very well.
Roswell extends the lead by 7 more points. 32-point lead, 42-10. That now is a running clock for the rest of the game, except for touchdown. So once the ball is kicked off, we have running clock over 30 points right now. Roswell, as the young kids like to say, turn down for when? Oh, turn down for what? Turn down for what?
Turn down for what? I thought, that was the Pope score that I predicted, 42-10. I was looking at a score going, hey, I called this, and then remembered, oh, wait, it was Pope that I said 42.
And I believe I had 48-17 earlier.
Close?
Or 38-17. But I was about to say, yeah, close enough.
But hey, it's nice. We scored more points than your prediction and held them to less points than your prediction.
True.
It's all nice.
Hey, and they've only scored in the first quarter. We shut them out.
Wait, I just heard Coach Burnett, the voice of the Roswell Hornets. Did he just say free hamburgers?
I hope so.
He just said it. I heard free hamburgers. Hey, Dante, can I have a free hamburger? Oh, he's not going to talk.
Deep kick.
It's out of bounds.
Tried to coffin corner it, but this one did come up out of bounds, which is a penalty. 2:52 left to play. Still leading 42-10. Nothing changed in the past 15 seconds.
So I think it's safe to say that this game's over. Just unless they throw like 100-yard touchdown pass, onside kick.
And from what we've seen from Centennial's wide receivers, they probably won't catch it.
That's not going to happen.
Or it'll be over their head. Centennial, their best passes, I hate to say, have been out of the backfield.
He's like that one kid from the Little Giants who can't manage to catch it, and then he has to cheat to catch it. It's kind of unfortunate. What did Little Giants teach us? That cheating is okay.
Now, Adam, I'm going to let you have this pick because first game of the year, senior class of 15, player of the game. Who do you got?
Player of the game, Mashane Slade. You know, I think he had 2 touchdowns, possibly 3. Had the kick return at the beginning of the game. If you don't give it to Mashane, maybe you give it to Sheldon, maybe you give it to James. But I honestly think that Mashane is deserving of the player of the game for the great performance that he put up.
I'm going to give my player of the game. I actually want to give it to the defense.
The whole defense.
Player of the game. I'll say this, but I have to say this first. I have to go on record for saying this, or else I'll feel so bad, and I'll feel like I didn't do it justice. James Whitaker played out of his mind tonight.
Yes, he did.
Played out of his mind.
Yes, he did. Wow, what a tackle.
But I got to give player of the game and play a unit. It's a whole unit package right here. That front 7 for Roswell. Yes. You got Max Boyd, Leroy Wilson, Mitch Stone, Tyon Hopper, Sam Van E, Trey Lamar, and I'm even going to throw in an extra one in there. Scott Simons, that safety coming up.
Well,
he had a couple, 1 or 2 tackles for a loss and made some plays up on that front line. So I'm going to give Scott Simons in that front 7 package.
Well, Scott Simons, along with Tyron Hopper, sometimes are what we call pony backs. Now, a pony back is a hybrid of a defensive lineman and a linebacker. They play closer to the line than a linebacker, but farther away from the line than a defensive lineman. So that front 7 consists of Tyron Hopper, Max Boyd, Leroy Wilson, Sam Van E, Trey Lamar, and Scott Simons, and they played out of their minds tonight, David.
We played so well, you don't even realize we played last week.
That is true.
It was a road game all the way down in Valdosta.
That's a 4-hour drive. No, 6.
No, it's 4 hours.
4 hours?
4 hours if you're making good time.
I was in Statesboro last weekend, so I was actually pretty close to Valdosta.
No, you weren't. That's about 5 hours or 4.5 hours
It's
away.
3. I checked.
You have to drive back. You have to drive back roads out of Valdosta. Well, okay, 3.5.
Thank you.
Back roads out of Valdosta. You go through Hazelhurst, and then you go up to 16, cross over 16, get into Statesboro. I got family that lives in both parts.
We'll see that the Roswell defense, basically good job of containing.
Swarming to tackles.
Pretty much,
Love
and that's
it.
what you like to see from your young guys is, get 4 or 5 helmets to the ball.
Just under now 35 seconds left to play. Centennial's helping us run the clock. And this game is less than 30 seconds from being over. Roswell will advance to 1-1 on the year. Get an out-of-region win and a good win at home to open up the season. A 42-10 victory. Pass is complete at the 20. Man shoved out of bounds. Continuing clock will still run, but Centennial probably won't be able to run the next play. There is no more time. Roswell is the winner, 42-10, winning for the 3rd straight year over the Knights of Centennial, making the last 10 meetings, still going 8-2 in the last 10. Roswell increases their win in the rivalry, 12-3. And next week we got a bye week before we go 2 road games at Walton and at Milton. Then another bye week, and our next home game won't be until October 3rd here versus Wheeler. Peek out, wear your pink, support breast cancer research.
That'll be a good game. That'll be a very good game.
Yeah. Well, for Alex Berger on the sideline and Adam Rizal here in the booth, I'll say this, we're still got a little bit going on the field. Well, I guess we've got one more play left. I was about to end the broadcast.
I thought we were about to.
We were about to basically cut to commercial before we were over.
Well, we're trying to get Alex. Alex looks like he's got a Roswell player down there. We'll go to Alex.
So I'm here with sophomore running back Sheldon Evans, who had 2 touchdowns tonight with the victory over Centennial. Sheldon, how did you guys get the victory tonight?
We all just came out, executed the game plan. We executed the game plan and just, came out and did what, what we wanted to do.
You want to say something, Shane?
What I gotta say?
Just say, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about this win tonight?
It's a great start for the team. You know what I'm saying? Great start for our season. We got a long way to go, but we're not done. You know what I'm saying? We're not done turning up. You already know.
You already know. Number 1, Roswell. We coming up, babe. We coming up. Go on it! There's no complacency in this team.
Okay, guys. Thank you, guys.
Little celebration going down there on the right.
They're having a little fun.
Rightfully so.
And you know what I like about that? You didn't see the class of 2014 doing that. Class of 2015, that's where it's at.
I'm about to say 2015 starting off to a good route of the Knights. Big rivalry win today, 42-10. Roswell the victors. And now Roswell moving on into the bye week with a lot of momentum before they go to Walton, before they go to Milton, the hated rival, and before they take another week off to come back home. October 3rd is our next broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. Adam, final words, my man.
Great win, great home opener, great start to my senior year. Build on this momentum, and let's go take care of business at Walton and Milton and come back from Wheeler, and we'll get business done here.
You heard it from my man, my partner up here in the stand, or my partner up here in the box. For a 3rd member of the party down there, Alex Berger. I'm David Berger, and alongside me is Adam Verzal. We will see you October 3rd, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.
And go Hornets.